What's good, family? Welcome to the Blue and Orange Brunch. And yes, we definitely have some things to talk about. Mitchell Robinson, man, we know that he is embarking on a journey to be one of the few Knicks to basically enter a season as one of the core rotational pieces without a contract sign. And as we journey into the summer, he embarks on a mission to get a deal done with this team. There are some recent developments that may put a damper in Mitchell Robinson's plans to resign with the Knicks. Of course, Jordan Clarkson, he redeemed himself, and he had a very, very impressive showing last night against the Utah Jazz. We're going to talk more about his quest to be added back into the rotation. Mikal Bridges recently made some comments on his performance. But my question is Mikal Bridges passing the buck instead of taking accountability for his own poor play? And we'll talk a little bit more about Mo Diawara and his quest and his journey as a player on this New York Knicks team. Can Mo Diawara get an increased role? We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about Jalen Brunson. And he had a game of redemption last night in terms of shooting the ball. And we'll discuss Jalen Brunson 4.0. Okay. Will he, well, his process in his new role, so to speak, and, will his game be elevated because now he may be comfortable, keyword comfortable, in his new role. Of course, we had a crazy game last night. We could talk more about the game as well. The path to the number 2 seed. We're going to talk about that all on this morning's episode, or this afternoon's episode, rather, of the Blue and Orange Brunch Show. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Karan Pierre, the Objective Fan, and I'm straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. Man, you know the vibes, man. Tell a friend that we live, man. Hey, man. Yo, we back at it every single day. 2 a days we are here. We did a powerful show last night. Talking about the game. It was great. We had a lot of new callers. It was fantastic. It was fire. And pun intended, the show's name, where there's smoke, there's fire. So yeah, it was a really good night. Jordan Clarkson stole the show, of course. But there was some positives in that game, even though it was a pretty ugly win. And I just, I wasn't even planning on going live because I said, look, the only way for me to go live would be if the Knicks, win this game close, like 2-point game or something like that, then we got to talk about it. Or if it's, anything else, because if it would have been a 60-point blowout, if it didn't start the way it started and just ended with the Knicks up 20 plus, and then, Utah goes on a late run to cut the lead to 17. Yeah, I'm not going to go live. So, big time salute to everybody who was on that show. Big time salute to everybody in the building. First thing we do as we, get this show started, we gotta get the likes up. It's very important, all right, to this show that we smash on that like button. So if you hadn't done so already, continue to smash the like button. Remember, on this show, if you don't know, okay, especially if you don't know, we do 100 likes minimum. Okay, not to be confused with the maximum. All right, it is a big difference. All right, so as I open up this chat to see who's in the building, man, big time salute to my man. Hold on. JJ, I see you, JJ. Big time New York City salutes to you. Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. AP, the super mod in the building. I see you, AP. Big time salute to JMG. I see you. Uh-oh, Crim's dad. Big time salute to my man Crim's dad. I see you crying already, Crim's dad. Listen, the show didn't even get started, and you already. Oh man. Yeah. Oh. He said, "Where is the 48-hour stream?" Well, Crim's dad, I'm not sure about. You know what, Crim's dad? It's funny you say that. I really do believe that I could do a 48-hour stream. I do think I could do it, but we're in discussions about doing another 24-hour stream. So I'll keep you guys abreast of that. But yeah, we definitely do plan on doing another 24-hour joint. Okay. As far as 48 hours, though, oh no, I think I could do it. By the way, if you are not subscribed, it makes sense because we know that in the last 28 days that well over 58.8% of you guys are just not subscribed. So help us close the gap and subscribe now. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, and our next milestone is 5K. Okay, and bam. Once we reach the 5K plateau, we do have giveaways. And it starts with the 5K giveaway, this rookie Jalen Brunson trading card, man. So all you have to do is subscribe. That's it. There's no phone numbers, no emails, no none of that stuff. And you will be entered into a chance to win this autograph. Not autograph. I keep saying autograph. This rookie traded Jalen Brunson card. Okay, if it was autograph, I would not be giving it up. I'm sorry. Okay, but no, that's all you have to do to win this. Okay, big time salute to everybody in the building. All right, continue to smash that like button. So announcements. We'll be doing another show later. It won't. You know what? I shouldn't say it won't. Today is Thursday, so today is like a good vampire day, but I don't think we're going to do a late show. I think it'll be probably more of like around 9 o'clock, 9:30. So be on the lookout for that. Especially if we don't reach all the topics I want to talk about today, because there's some things we definitely have to discuss. So, we'll see how today's show goes, but for sure, I definitely want to get in another show later on today. And, me and Maxine talked, and we decided to make this show a 12 o'clock show. So going forward, the Blue and Orange Brunch from Tuesday to Friday will be a noon show. Okay, so keep that in your mind, because we want to do this show on a consistent schedule. The other shows kind of float around because it's based on games and things of that nature, but this show is a fixture. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. And any other announcements I'll get to later. I will get into the MVP donors a little bit later. If you're new also, I'll explain the call-up show rules, how that works when I open up the phone lines. But I'm going to start this show off by going into research mode. And we got to look at last night's scores. Yesterday was crazy because, we were reflecting on that Bam Adebayo 83-point game. And it's funny. It's like people consistently are talking about this game. And I think we might have to revisit it on NBA Saturdays this Saturday, because people are asking whether or not the accolade is valid. And you can't say that it's not valid, even if you don't like it. I think that you would just be straight up hating if you can't give it its props. It happened. So we can't say that it didn't happen. It happened. But me personally, I didn't like the way it happened. So we might have to discuss more of that on NBA Saturdays this upcoming Saturday. So I'm pulling up the scores right now. Let me go into research mode. Bam. All right. And so we're going to start off with yesterday's scores, and then we'll look at tonight's game. So Last night was a very interesting night of basketball and a great night of basketball for the New York Knicks for a lot of reasons, and I'm gonna show you why. So the Knicks, we blow out the Jazz in one of the most crazy games where we were down. The Utah Jazz started off with a 40-point fourth quarter, and Keontae George, I told you, if he suits up, this game would have been, it's definitely going to be a fight. They're coming to play. They're not coming to tank. And then certain events transpired later in the game, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But the Knicks were able to pull out the win. Cleveland Cavaliers lost to the Magic. This is good news for us because the Cleveland Cavaliers were on our necks trying to take that third spot in the East. This keeps them at bay. And something that I think that we could talk, because we're going to talk a little bit about the playoff stretch too. We got to discuss whether or not securing the third or even the second seed is important. Do you guys believe it's important? And is it a realistic goal, or should we just be like, screw it, let's just save our energy for the playoffs, so to speak? I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on that, right? Now, this loss by the Cavaliers gives us a little bit more wiggle room. The Raptors also lost. Not that the Raptors are necessarily a threat to catch us. They're 4 games back in the loss column, another 6 in the win column. So it's very highly unlikely that the Raptors would be able to catch us. But, you know, they're sitting in that 5th spot right now, and they're trying to hold on for dear life, you know. And so this loss hurts their claim in the Eastern Conference, okay? As far as the Denver Nuggets, they completely smacked the Houston Rockets. I thought that this was going to be a better game. Jokic is talking like, "Oh, I'm happy to be a Denver Nugget. I don't see a world where I'm not a Denver Nugget." That's cap. See, the problem with these Euro guys, including Giannis, and I don't really have no Giannis talking points today, but they keep talking about where they want to be, but they're not putting pen to paper. Until you put pen to paper, don't give me the nonsense that you can't see yourself not being with the Nuggets. Clearly, there's a business decision going on because the deal would have been signed. Hornets versus the Kings. Of course, the Hornets get a big win as they race with the Atlanta Hawks for that 9th spot in the Eastern Conference. We'll see how that goes. Philadelphia has gotten some bad news. You know, Maxey, he has some sort of, I think, hand injury or something like that. He's going to be out for a while. So this is an opportunity for, you know, Miami and the Hawks. And who else is there? Miami, Charlotte, the Hawks, those teams, the Magic, you know, could all try to creep up in. And I think the Magic did take the 6th seed, by the way, from the Sixers. But anyway, nonetheless. And then the Clippers completely, I mean, we've been seeing some historic kind of stuff happen. I mean, 153 points. I'm not sure if this is a Clipper point high, but man, they had their lowest scoring quarter was 35 points. They had a 44-point fourth quarter. That means them young bulls came in the game and just said, screw it, I'm going to get my career high too. So yeah, man, what a wild, wacky game. The Clippers continue to play good basketball as they also try to fight to make sure they're in a playoff spot. So, you know, that's last night's scores. I'm going to look at a little bit of tonight's scores. You know, the Pistons get an easy one against Philadelphia 76ers team without Maxey. And I don't think Embiid is going to play. So Detroit, I mean, they're a minus 15.5. So this is another gimme game for the Pistons as they try to secure the top spot in the East. The Suns versus, I mean, if the Pistons lose this game, this would probably be the worst loss of the season if the Pistons lose this game. Because you're dealing with a team like this, I mean, you should win this. The Suns versus the Pacers, nobody gives a damn about that except the Suns because they're trying to clinch certain playoff spots. Wizards versus the Magic, this is another important game for the Orlando Magic, who I think they are in the 6th seed spot and they are in a race with Toronto. So the Magic could very well move up and face the Toronto Raptors. And face the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think the Magic, if I'm them, I wouldn't have no picks. Whether it's the Knicks or the Cavs, it's going to be 2 tough matchups. And if they are about that life and they want that smoke, they should try to win and get their lick back against the Cavaliers. I'm just saying. That's just how I would get down. Anyway, Nets and Hawks, nobody gives a damn about that game. Bucks versus Heat. We got to see if Giannis can will this Buck team back to a 10th seed. I doubt it will happen, but this game is kind of interesting. Bam Adebayo returns after the 83-point historic run. Dallas Mavericks versus the Grizzlies. Nobody gives a damn about that game. Denver Nuggets versus the Spurs. This is a big game. I'm actually going to have to pay attention to this game. And these two, I got to watch. So many condensed games I got to watch. Nuggets Spurs, Celtics Thunder. Big games tonight. OKC is a big favorite. All right. And yeah, we'll be talking more about these types of games on NBA Saturdays for sure. And then you got the Bulls and the Lakers. Nobody gives a damn about that. And that's all for the scores, man. I like to look at that stuff because it gives us perspective as where we are in this league. Big time still to my man AP on the Super. He says, Pistons always getting these handout games. You see that? Do you see that? But I'm going to tell you, AP, if they don't win that game, bro, man, if the Pistons lose tonight, I don't think they lose it. I think they definitely will win tonight. It's just a question of by how much. But if they lose, bro, man, that could be really, really bad. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on just now. Firefox trying to take over my computer. Okay, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. So I guess we could start off a little bit about last night's game. Jordan Clarkson stole the show. I want to talk about something that Mike Brown said last night that, you know, I don't know. Because I'm trying to gauge, you know, chemistry-wise where this team is, because people are saying that we have issues chemistry-wise. But everything that I see points to this team being more of a tight-knit type of unit type team. I don't really see the chemistry problems like that. I mean, what I see mostly, what I'm seeing is just frustration with losses. Like, I do personally believe, based on what I saw, that these guys like each other. Like, these guys are friends. They all hang out. They just do too much unnecessary stuff that you don't have to do if you don't like people. You know what I'm saying? Like, usually, if I don't like somebody, I'm not going to shout them out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be like, yo, man, great game. Why would I do that if I don't like somebody? So I think a lot of the chemistry issues that people talk about, locker room issues, I mean, things were blown out of proportion. I clearly debunked the whole players only meeting thing. By the way, do not call my show saying that the Knicks had a players only meeting. They did not have a players only meeting. They had a discussion before the coaches came into the locker room. They didn't lock the coaches out and said, hey, we got to work on this together. They had a discussion. That's it. Wasn't a players only meeting. There is no chemistry where this person doesn't like this person. Oh, look at how look at this guy. We got to stop. Seriously, we got to stop. These guys are all in it to win it. I believe that. They're all willing to sacrifice. I don't believe nobody's complaining about shots, because half the time these guys don't put up shots. How you going to be complaining about shots when you're not even looking to score? Anyway, but this is what Mike Brown had to say about Jordan Clarkson, okay? Now, I do like that Jordan Clarkson got the opportunity to play against the Utah Jazz. I like it. And I think Josh Hart, before I read the quote, I think Josh Hart, who's the Josh Hart? Josh Hart, to me, was the key MVP of last night's game, because had he played last night, Jordan Clarkson wouldn't have had this moment. By him sitting out, I think it was purposely done to give this man an opportunity to shine in Utah, and for people to give him the acknowledgement and all of that. Give him his moment. Coming back, you know, they bought him out, and now he gets the chance to redeem himself. He has a great relationship with the organization. Everybody raves about him. You know, so even though they had to buy him out And usually that means like things didn't go the best that it could, but clearly he didn't leave on a "I hate you guys" type of note, right? So, and he's a good guy, but this is what Mike Brown had to say about his professionalism. All right. So the Delta Center also gave him a nice tribute, right? Clarkson's professionalism is pretty awesome, Mike Brown said in his presser that Mo Cheeks and I'm sorry. This is what he said in his presser that Mo Cheeks had suggested playing Clarkson more heavily tonight. So Mo Cheeks, big time salute to my man Mo Cheeks. Mo Cheeks gave the suggestion. And to all the Mike Brown critics, you got to at least give him props that he's willing to give props to the staff. He's willing to give props to the other coaches and say, well, they're the ones that gave the suggestion. It wasn't just me. So take that with a grain of salt as well. Anyway, Mo Cheeks had suggested playing Clarkson more heavily tonight. Good advice indeed, as JC recorded a season high 27 points on 10 of 15 shooting. Incredible. The game didn't start great. The younger, springier Jazz jumped out to a lead, causing Coach Brown to take a timeout before 2 minutes had passed. Once again, Mike Brown with the Master Miyagi. Timeout! He goes, takes the timeout, and gets the guys right and says, hey, things are not going right. You know, really drawing from his Greg Popovich tutelage. So, you know, and then because Bryce Sensabaugh, who I told you so. By the way, on this show yesterday, did not tell you that Bryce Sensabaugh is nice? Yeah, I did tell you that. I said, yeah, he's nice. He puts in work. He goes out there. He puts up 29 points. Another one of those I told you so moments. And he switched a whole bunch of triples and netted his team an 8-point lead, okay? And then this was Ace Bailey, who actually was on the injury report, which was another sign to me that they were willing to play. You know? And he came in with swishing some threes, right? Since the ball blindsided Jalen Brunson, which was crazy. I don't even think we talked about that last night. Like, what the hell was that about? Then he trolled Mikal Bridges. I see what some of y'all are saying about the dog stuff. You know, where's the dogs at? You know, how would you allow these guys to do that? I get that part. But anyway, you know, Mike Brown raves about Jordan Clarkson's professionalism. What does that mean? Do you guys think that there's an issue with Mike Brown and Jordan Clarkson? Do you think that Jordan Clarkson's upset with Mike Brown for taking him out of the rotation? So that's something else that we could talk about. You know, Mike Brown raves about his professionalism. Okay. Play me, man. I'm on the Jordan Clarkson needs to play train. I'm there. I think that Jordan Clarkson needs to be a part of the rotation. I've been calling for him for a little while now. That's why in the Knicks War Room show, by the way, big time salute to my man Earl Marks. He did the Knicks War Room show, and we had a blast. But that's why I asked that question. I said, Jordan Clarkson, should he be in the rotation? And I don't think I got a chance to answer the question. But prior to me even doing that show, I said, yo, you need offense bad. In the last 16 games, the bench has scored over the league average 37.5 points twice. They did it last night with Jordan Clarkson, getting the time that he got, getting his season high. They had 51 points off the bench. The bench has been a very, very strong area for this Knicks team in wins. I'm going to get the record in a second. But, you know, they need the scoring off the. I love the defense. I get it. Trust me. The defense is fire. Oh, my God. We were shutting teams down. They couldn't shoot threes. It was amazing. But, bro, you're going to need your bench to at least be fortified with scoring and offense and balance. So, yes, you have the defensive players there. And I'm not saying to not play the defensive guys. All I'm saying is you're going to need a bucket. So give the offensive guy an opportunity to shine. Okay. And I'm going to pull up that stat in a second. But I don't know. It's just something about the professionalism. You know, Mike Brown saying that he has professionalism. It's just, that would irk me. If I had a problem with Mike Brown and he says that about me when I know that I should be playing and I know that I'm nicer than everybody, you know, that right there that would make me feel some type of way. And by the way, anytime the bench scores greater than 37.5 points, our record is 17-5. Yeah. So that's the impact that Jordan Clarkson makes on this team coming in off the bench. All right. I'm gonna jump into one more topic. Before I do, let's continue to get the likes up. All right. We don't have enough likes. Big time salute to Maxie, the super producer. All right. Big time salute to my man, Killer B, in the place to be. Uh-oh, I know why Knicks Yak is here. He's here to see what I got to say about Mitchell Robinson. No, I didn't get to Mitchell Robinson yet. I will in a second. We know that Mitchell Robinson has a contract. There may be another monkey wrench in the Mitchell Robinson contract. I told y'all about the potential Giannis trade and how that could throw a monkey wrench in the potential Mitchell Robinson contract. And there may be another monkey wrench that can get thrown in the contract that we will discuss. My man JJ, I see you in the building, man. Big time salute to you. Crims Dad, Raptors and Knicks. I see you, Crims Dad. Continue to get the likes up, y'all. Big time salute to everybody in the building. Of course, subscribe while you at it. If you're not subscribed, you might as well subscribe. All right, we got a nice giveaway. All you got to do is reach the milestone, and we're going to give away a rookie Jalen Brunson trading card. That's it. So like, subscribe. It's very important to the algorithm and to our growth. So continue to support by liking and subscribing. Okay. Now, it's a couple of more things from this game that we could talk about last night. I want to talk about Brunson. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Ooh, I could get to Mikal Bridges too. I feel like the Mikal Bridges gonna light some fire up under y'all. You know what? Let's talk about Mikal. Why not? Let's talk about Mikal Bridges. All right. Now, I'm not going to do my defense of Mikal Bridges. I may do that later. I got to talk to Maxine. I may put on my Mikal Bridges defense outfit on later. I just can't do it right now. I'm still not over the fact that, you know, last night he had to miss at least 3 wide open threes. When we say wide open, I mean like, and if it wasn't just threes, it was shots. He went, let's see. Yeah, well, I think it was threes. I just didn't want to put it all on him. I'm talking about wide open, like no one's there. Bricks. So I want to talk about the comments he made before the game, okay? Because I think there may be some underlying things there. Of course, with NBA players, especially these Knicks guys, you cannot, all right? And I repeat, you cannot go by what they say. You have to go by what they don't say. Because if you go by what they say, you won't have no angles. You won't have no stories because these guys, oh yeah, we have to do the right thing. That's why I don't like listening to the interviews. I really don't. You don't get nothing out of it. I only really watch Mike Brown interviews because I feel like he be just subliminally throwing guys under the bus. And I just want to see him, you know, say it to my face because pure speculation, I do believe that they told Mike Brown, hey, don't call nobody out again. He hasn't done it. You know, he didn't call out Mikal Bridges. And if he did, I missed it. It must have been light because no one's talking about it. But he has these indirect things he would say. So I think that's what the approach these guys are taking. Mikal Bridges, he's definitely in a hard spot because he can't really, if you think about it, Mikal can't complain about him. Like, how many coaches are you going to get rid of? First off, you're not a superstar on that level. So how many coaches are you going to get rid of? Like, seriously. And then I always ask the question, is the grass greener? But look, listen to what Mikal had to say. Okay? The aggression thing is not an issue at all. I don't think that it's an issue at all, right? This is after he failed to score a point on Sunday's loss to the Lakers and was benched in Monday's crunch time defeat to the Clippers. Even if I miss a couple, there's nothing wrong with that. Nah, I don't think that's an issue. Now, let me just say this, Mikal. You don't just miss a couple, dog. Even if we want to go back, hold up. Even if we go back to this game, right? You went 3 for 8, 1 for 3 from 3. Okay, cool. That's a couple of shots, right? But it's still 5 shots. Okay, let's not make that. Okay, cool. But when you go back to the Laker game, right? And you're coming off of this performance too, right? You're 0 for 6. That's not a couple of shots, bro. You missed 4 threes, and like at least 2 to 3 of them are wide open. You ain't taking sidestep threes off the dribble in front of people like Jalen Brunson. You taking wide open threes, and you're missing, bro. So I'm looking at these comments, right? So what is it? I don't know, Bridges answered. I think it's just a game of basketball. Sometimes you try to get open, and sometimes it doesn't find me. Just try to find ways to stay aggressive. That's it. Okay, the game in basketball, sometimes you try to get open, and sometimes it finds me. Would you listen to this statement right here? Does it sound like Mikal is like putting the buck on guys not being able to find him? Because that's what I got from it. Are you saying the reason why you're not shooting well is because guys are not finding you? Are we going to let him slide with that? I think that was the only other. Yeah, I think that was it. Okay, Jalen Brunson, teammates. Okay, Brunson told him keep shooting. Okay, I don't care about that. But what do you guys think about that? Do you think that this was him trying to pass the buck like, yo, man, they're not finding me. The ball is not finding me, but they're not finding me. Hey, what say you? You know what? And I'll open up the phone lines. But before I open up the phone lines, I do got to let you guys know that game night, the playoff edition, pre-orders are available for purchase. I want to give a big time salute to the people who put their pre-orders in already. All right. Now, listen, if you're serious about the postseason, I created this just for you. It's a playoff journal where you can track the bracket, write down your prediction, break down each series, capture the moments that make the playoffs unforgettable. Don't just watch the playoffs, capture it. You can grab your copy right now. The link is in the description. Not only that, it's on the screen. Linktree/TheObjectiveFan. You can go there now. Also, we have free shipping. It's on sale. And it will be at your door right before the playoffs begin. Go place your orders now. Linktree/TheObjectiveFan. All right. And the game night is the playoff edition to this. All right. A lot of you guys seen this. 82 nights. Okay. So I created a special playoff edition. All right. Now, let's open up the phone lines, all right? So I'm going to take some calls, all right? And 646-995-8389. These are the rules, if you don't know, to all the first-time callers. Everybody get 3 minutes call. You're going to hear somebody say, let's go, and right? And then the buzzer sound at the end. Once the buzzer goes off at the end, that's it. So you got 3 minutes. Make sure you get your points off. Of course, we do have the $5 callback rule in effect. You can send in a Cash App, Super Chat, or Linktree, whatever you prefer. And you could get back on the line if you are triggered, okay? All right, so the phone lines are open. And let me, this one I had a call up. Okay, yeah, boom, there you go. This is exactly what I was looking for. All right, phone lines are open. And while we get these calls in, make sure you guys continue to smash that like button. It's very, very important. All right. We do 100 likes minimum, not the maximum. So smash that like button if you didn't smash it already. BS10258. Yo, BS10258. I sent you a request on Discord. Please accept it, all right? Big time salute to my man Vaughn Allen. I see you in the building. Okay? Big time salute to you. All right. Oh, you know what I'll do? Also, before I take the calls, this is what I'll do as well. Let me just get some more announcements. I think I got to give a big time salute to the MVP don. Oh, and also to the people who are calling, I will call you back if I miss your call. Just give me 2 seconds, all right? I got to give a big time salute to the MVP donors. It's very important. Without these people, you know, there will be no support for the channel. So we appreciate you guys. Big time salute to my man AP, one of the biggest MVP donors. I appreciate you, AP. My man CW Flash, big time salute to you. Hakeem the Dream, big time salute to you, man. New York City salute to my man Hakeem the Dream. He always got something crazy to say. Hem2722, big time salute to you. My man Jay Chosen in the building. I appreciate you, Jay Chosen. You are, according to AP, you are a legend. My man J Tap, don't forget J Tap, Mom. Big time salute to my man J Tap from BK all the way to the Bay. My man JT, big time salute to you, JT. And of course, LD, this brother right here, always got something thought provocative to say. Whether you agree with him or disagree with him, you got to give him his props. My man Mad Dog No Good, big time salute. And of course, unfortunately, I mean, listen, y'all, I appreciate these people, even though I don't like what they got to say half the time. My man No Strays ENT, big time salute to him. And also big time salute to him for hooking me up with my first Boston debate. So, you know, big time salute to you, No Strays. I do appreciate the support, even though you rock with the rival team. Big time salute to my man Paris Thugger, of course. I consider this guy one of the level-headed. Oh, by the way, I see your request, BS10250. I got you. Thank you. I'm gonna reach out to you in a sec after the show. Big time salute to my man Paris Thugger, though. I consider him one of the most positive kind of minded Knicks fans. He's always like, it's okay, and I agree with him. And he be rocking, and I'm like, yo, Paris Thugger, I'm trying to get these guys to relax. That's why I am the level-headed Knicks fan. You got it? The objective Knicks fan. This is what I do. It's level-headed Knicks talk. That's what we do on this channel. Big time salute to my man Tugboat Taylor. Can't forget about him. And big time salute to him. Another thing I want to let y'all know. I'm glad I'm doing this. And I'm in the process of redoing this slide. But you could also donate a callback to somebody who you like. He actually did that last night. My brother Lopez. Big time salute to my man Lopez. Had a really great call. And Tugboat Taylor was like, yo, I want to donate my call back to him. Like, bring him back on the line. So this is something that you definitely can do. If you like it what somebody's saying, you can send the call back to that person, okay? And, of course, my man Vic from the Sty, big time salute to you. And, of course, as well, my man Zach. Big time salute to you, Zach. Mixtape Madness Discord server, channel member. I do appreciate you, Zach. To all my Cash Appers, my man, once again, Tugboat Taylor, Rock, okay, my man Ty. Big time salute to my man Ty. He always, that brother get triggered like damn near every show. Okay, even, and once again, I do got to salute to the, opposing team, unfortunately. But my man, the Bronzeville Spurs fan, even though we don't see eye to eye, but, the brother, he's definitely, a supporter of the channel. And of course, my members, all right, some of the new members and the MVP members, my man, once again, my man Mark, Dr. Mark. First off, Dr. Mark, too, he's also an MVP donor as well. But he also became a member. My man Pat the Engineer, who's also a member. But Pat the Engineer always donates a lot of memberships, you know what I'm saying? To all the other people who donate memberships, because it's hard to keep track of that, but we do appreciate you. Oh, Killer B, my man Killer B. Got to give him a big time salute, all right? Of course, Nick Beak, salute to you. Welcome to OKF Nation. My man Jux, all right? Jada377, Ocean View, and Angie. Big time salute to Angie. So that's all the people, all the MVP donors. Big time salute to them. My man Von Allen. Once again, Von, I appreciate you, brother. He says, keep up the great work. Hardest working man in Knicks land. I take that because I do put in a lot of work. Boy, you guys don't know. I'm up late watching condensed games. So when I get on the mic, I know what the hell I'm talking about. And I'm really watching the other teams because I need to know, okay, how are we going to match up with these guys? Okay, what are these guys going to do? That's why I could tell you about the Utah Jazz. I watched literally 8 Utah Jazz games. Yeah, I know that's crazy. It sounds like, damn, 8 Utah Jazz games, they're trash. Why would you watch them? I watch them, one, because I love to watch basketball. That's one. But 2, I got to know who we facing. I got to know who we dealing with. Right now, Indiana, boom, they on my board right now. So I'm getting ready to get into my Indiana bag, though I watch a lot of Indiana. But, it's still good to know who you're getting ready to face. So that's why when I guarantee wins, I don't just guarantee wins just for the hell of it. I do it for real. But thank you, Vaughn. I appreciate you. Big time salute to everybody in the building. Okay, so let me get to these phone lines. All right, if you called, I am calling back. I feel so bad about my man number 9, man. Detroit. Oh God. Hold on, let me think about it. Give me a second, number 9. Because he's a good dude. It's a shame that he got caught up in the Detroit, ban right now. But I'm gonna see how I feel. Give me a second.
Yo,
what's going on, Joe?
What's going on, man?
Hey, man, everything good. Hopefully you can hear me. Hold on, let me just make sure because sometimes the mic is off. Hold on.
I can hear you.
All right, can you hear me? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Big time salute, man. Welcome to the show, man. Where you want to go, Joe? Where you want to go? Tell me.
Let's go. Hey, man. Well, I heard you talking about Mikal Bridges, so I wanted to chime in. Right here, I got pulled up the top 100 players in the NBA, going by scoring.
Oh, damn.
Right now, we got Mikal Bridges at 68th, and he's got 15 points a game somehow. Okay. And it looks like by career, he's scoring 14.8 points per game. So he's right around where he's supposed to be anyway. I mean,
good point.
I was hoping that Mikal Bridges was going to be, this is like all-star here, but I was hoping he was going to be around 20 to 22 points. And that puts him right in the top 20 scorers.
Right.
Like right where Pascal would be and Victor Wembanyama. Even Julius Randle's up there too with 21. I'm just saying, he's not playing well right now, but if you really look at the macro of what's going on, he's got 1 extra assist he's averaging right now too. So, he's right where he's at. This is Mikal Bridges, 15 points a game. I just think Knicks fans were hoping a little bit more production and less disappearing acts. And that's what's kind of killing them right now. So
bingo.
You know what I mean?
Bingo. Also, it's not a consistent 15.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like 30, then 3. It's not 14, 16. Like it's just too all over the place.
But if you even look at like OG Anunoby, he's averaging 16.6, and he's like, probably about 10 places ahead of Mikal.
Right.
So, when you're looking at the macro of things here, like you even got Dante DiVincenzo in this list with 12. You got Quentin Grimes in the list,
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Portis. There's some old Knicks here too that like Emmanuel Quickly is the top 50 scorer. He's got 17.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just kind of crazy to see like a lot of these old players that we used to have that are like scoring. Like even I was surprised to see Julius Randle up in the top 27. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So
That's what he does. He's what, 23 a game, 22?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
And Cat's behind Julius. Cat's,
That's some. Let's not even go there. But yeah.
Yeah,
I hear
I
you.
was just wanting to say. But
No, that's actually a great point because I may have to do a Mikal Bridges defense video later, so I might have to add that to my arsenal. I'm gonna need all the help I can get, Joe.
Like, is there any rebuttal to that? How are you gonna how can you complain with with what what he's giving you overall? He's played 66 games, 67 games, and he's played all of them. It's not like he's getting hurt.
That's true. That's true.
It's hard to like really when you're really looking at the macro of Mikal Bridges, it's hard to say, oh, this guy stinks. He does sometimes.
Well, no, they're going by the scoring. That's it. They don't care about nothing else. They going by 0 points. They don't give a damn if he had 7 rebounds, 6. They don't give a damn about none of that. They only going by the brother had 0. That's it. The brother had 7 on 3 of 9 shooting. That's all they care about. They don't care about none of that other stuff you're talking about. Okay.
About Mikal, man, I remember last year in that Celtics series, there was like 2 games where he had these the most clutch blocks I've ever seen, and it really helped us, man. I don't know if you remember those playoff blocks that he had, and they were kind of like memorable, man. Like
yeah, of course. Tatum.
Seconds.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I just
I hear
when
you,
you
Joe.
do this debate later with Mikal, I just keep some of this stuff in mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I will.
It's good to hold the players accountable, and I'm the type of person to say the same thing. So,
right.
But man,
big time salute, Joe.
I appreciate it.
I think that I appreciate you for bringing that to the table because now you give me some confidence to do the show later. Because I really wasn't confident, but I might have to do it.
Well, yo, let me just say this: we got some games coming up against the Pacers. Some people we owe some, What says that Mikal Bridges doesn't come up with 20, 30 points in these 2 Pacer games? What are we saying?
There you go. There you go. It's possible.
Like I said, thanks for taking my call, man. I don't want to hold up the line.
Big time salute. I appreciate you. All right. Man. Hey, that was a great call. I did not know he was going to go in that direction. That's a great point. Mikal is number 68 in scoring. To a lot of you guys, you never brought him here to score. Why are we, coming for him like that? Yo, Detroit, I don't know. I don't know, Detroit. Oh no, man. Number 9, I like number 9 a lot, man. He's a great guy, bro. But we just got to ban Detroit, though. I'm sorry, man. Detroit, yeah. What's going on? Caller, state your name. Let the people know where you're calling from.
Great point. Yeah, this is Lord Supreme calling from the Bronx.
I got you. See, Lord Supreme, I didn't lock in your number. Now I'm going to. I'm going to do it while we on the phone. Where we going, brother?
I just wanted to give a little comment on Mikal Bridges, give him a little message from a fan.
Okay.
Is it good?
Yo, turn on your background and we'll be all right, because I hear the TV.
Okay.
All right.
Show me you ready to go?
We ready. Let's go.
Okay, yes. Mikal Bridges, we love Mikal Bridges as a Knick, being on the Knicks. But Mikal Bridges has to understand this is New York City. And being on the Knicks is not just like any other team because you stand out.
Good point.
And the fans are here for you. And if we're not happy with you as fans of New York City, you know how we act. And Mikal Bridges, you got this opportunity to show and prove how great you is to be a part of this New York franchise. Because you came from New York in Brooklyn, and that's okay too. But because that's family. But we expect more of you because we paying more of you.
That's true.
Of people, and you have to rise to the occasion to be recognized in New York. If you can't do it, sometimes you may have to sit. There's nothing wrong to sit down on the bench for a minute or two. That's why they have a bench. It's good for you.
Right.
Get it together. for many times the bench is as a support to win the championship. You get look,
Facts.
last night's game showed the bench came up in the next one. But Mikal, winning is winning. Whether you on the rotation or the bench rotation, it don't matter. You still Mikal Bridges, you still a star, but do your stuff because we love to see you act out on the court. Peace.
That's facts. That's facts. I appreciate you, Lord Supreme.
No doubt, brother. I'm gonna let you know.
And I locked in your number, your name, so that way I got you.
Thank you. And I'll be riding with you soon. I'll be riding with you soon.
Big time, man. I'm ready. When you're ready, I'm ready. Big time.
Thank you. Peace.
All right. So you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I don't know why I never thought about that, y'all. I'm gonna lock in the number while they on the phone. That's just like simple, right? I just never thought to do that. It started last night because I did it I said, oh, snap, let me lock in the number while they're on the line. Just, listen, to all the people in the building right now, right? Definitely continue to get them likes up. Do you guys think I should let number 9 on the line from Detroit? I feel bad, man, because he calls every show and we got a boycott on Detroit. You know what? I'm ask my man, Rock. What's going on, Rock?
Yeah, what okay?
Hey, man, thank you for being an MVP donor, man. We appreciate you over here on the Objective Knicks Fan Nation, man.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
I got a question. Before we begin, should I allow Detroit number 9 to call in?
Seconds.
Should I allow him to get his call off? Because he is one of the more respectful Detroit people. You know, he's not like the rest of them. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you should let them through. I really want to hear from number 2 because that's their main dude. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
that's
number 2 can't.
That's their torchbearer.
Nah, they can't.
I know,
listen,
just to tear
they
him
gotta
up.
call. They got to
just
call
to tear
after a
him up and
loss,
humble
bro.
him.
They
Yeah,
got to call after a loss. You feel me? Because if you're not going to call after a loss and keep it fair, now when we lose, that's when they want to call you.
yes,
See, y'all don't see that because I ain't been letting them on the line. So I'm like, that's kind of cheap, bro, because y'all lost to the Nets. We didn't get a chance to talk to y'all about that. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm gonna let them on. Where we going, Rock?
Let's go.
Yeah, man, Mikal, man, he stays he stays on my mind, man. And then the guy's not getting on the ball like that, right? That's what he's saying.
It seems like it. Like, because if we go back to the quote, it seems like he's saying, like, this is what he said. Sometimes you try to get open, and sometimes it doesn't find me. Like, what is that?
His man is the primary ball handler. Maybe he just stepped to his man. Stop complaining to the media, passing the buck, go directly. Matter of fact, Giannis just stepped to him. Yo, what you trying to say? I'm not passing you the ball. That's what you're trying to say.
Dude,
That's what needs to happen.
Yo, Rock, this man last night missed 3 open. I'm talking about wide open.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta stop.
And it's crazy, man. Like, yo, look, the bigger the stage, the more is expected of you, man. Remember how that show that show Fame, how it used to start off with Debbie Allen say, "You are here now, and this is expected of you," and blah blah blah, and they start playing.
Is it a new show or is it an old show? Fame.
Oh, that's an old show. I'm probably dating myself, man. I'm gonna send you the trailer,
Fame.
man. Fame.
I don't remember
Debbie
that.
Allen. Debbie Allen.
Yeah, send it.
It's about ballet. I think it was in Harlem, if I'm not mistaken. And
I bet when you send it, I'm gonna remember it. I bet.
Yeah, man. So much is given, more is expected, man. There's a
That's a
reason
fact.
why the whole Marvel universe is situated in New York. Yo, now
That's
you
true.
in New York too. You just be a superhero too, man.
Right.
Or else you can go back to Brooklyn.
Yeah, you could get away with that over there, but over here, boy, man,
Yeah, the
you
lights
better
is
be on your
bright.
A game. Yeah, it's really bright. I get that part too, and my defense will not be of that. No, he
Yeah,
needs
and
to show up.
And I'm sure somebody in this camp or somebody walking in the street, Mikal, you going to New York? You going to the Knicks? Yeah. You sure you want to go? It's a lot of pressure. No, I can handle it. Don't curl up into a ball now. Don't curl up now.
And you can't complain about minutes, and you can't complain about the coach.
And back to my man, like you said, yeah, he wasn't meant wasn't meant to be a primary scorer when he was brought here. But the system of basketball as run now allows for you to hit open threes. That's the basic. Everybody practices that in the league. If they're
Right.
not a primary scorer, they can hit threes, and that's what the
Exactly.
game calls for.
Right.
Period.
No, you're right.
Just shoot a good percentage. Nobody asking you about to be a 20-point scorer.
Yeah. There's no defending the poor shooting. There's
None.
no defense. Yeah, I can't listen, y'all. If I do the show later, I am not excusing the 0 points. I am not doing none of that. Nah, he deserves the wrath and the fire for that. You gotta, if you're taking the shot, you gotta make a good percentage. Not every shot, but you gotta make a good percentage. You're a professional. Come on.
Exactly. No excuse.
Yep.
So,
No excuse.
a lot of guys want to be in this position, and if you win, your name will be in infamy. It'll be echoing throughout the halls of NBA fandom, because when's the last time the Knicks won a championship and your crew is the one that bought the championship? Nobody could ever take that away from you.
You're gonna be remembered.
Remember when Brad Pitt was in the movie Troy?
Yes.
Glory, it is yours. He pointed the sword out to the sea.
Mhm.
Second.
There it goes. Man
Bingo.
up. Man up.
Gotta man up. Nah, I hear you. I'm with you. On the
Sure.
money. Big time.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Rock.
Yep. All right, bro.
All right. Big time salute.
Salute.
It's my man, Rock. He's one of the MVP donors, man. All right, number 9, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me just glance at the chat. Number 9, cool. By the way, I'm gonna get into Mitch Robinson in a second. No, number 9 is not size 9. Number 9 is Detroit number 9. Okay, Sherwin. No, that's not what it is, Sherwin. See, you guys, y'all don't listen. The reason why I got a block on Detroit is because they call up talking all that smack. They lost 4 games in a row, and we don't hear from them. It's been crickets. That's why they're banned, because now they want to call back after Detroit starts winning. That's what it is. Oh, Max, by the way, Max, producer, she said for me to announce the 24-hour live stream. I did, Max. I did announce that we potentially are doing another 24-hour stream. I did announce it. But we still working out the particulars. So I'll get back to you to let you guys know more about that. So hold on. I'm about to get number 9 on the line. And we got the okay. And I'm never ducking no smoke from nobody, by the way. To the chat. What's good, number 9? Listen, number 9. I'm sorry that you had to get caught up in the Detroit stuff. But Detroit we had to ban Detroit because I felt like not you, the others weren't playing it fair, because when y'all was losing, nobody wanted to call up. Nobody. Now that y'all back winning and we're losing, now they want to call up. You kind of got caught in the crossfire. But yeah, where you want to go, brother? Because you always talk basketball, so I didn't like that you got caught up in that. Yeah.
Now see that was before. That was the nice me. I would call up. I said Cat and damn Brunson was Hall of Famers. I talk about the Knicks. I talk about other playoffs. I was being cordial, and I was calling when we was losing. Remember when I called and I said misery love company? We lost, you lost, and then you said the Detroit ban, but you didn't say how long the Detroit ban was, and then you just put us all in one box. So then
I feel bad about that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and that ain't right, because I'm not gonna tell you how to run your show. It's your show. But what I'm saying is that's like starting a fight with somebody, tying our hands, and then we can't defend ourselves. So now you got all these people in the comments, Detroit this, Detroit that. Oh, Detroit got it easy tonight. Detroit been playing everybody, whether they was good or bad. We beat Boston 3 times. We beat the Knicks 3 times. So why, when we playing Philly when they injured, Detroit get another weak team, as if we ain't beating good teams, as if we ain't lost to good teams. So that just shows you, I don't mean to call you out, but real is real. You're butt hurt because when y'all,
I ain't butt hurt. Okay.
Before we played against y'all, you was hyping up the game. And then when we beat y'all, you didn't want to hear the smoke that came with it after we exceeded your expectations of how the game was going to go.
I gotta pause you.
Feel like,
whoa. I gotta pause you. I gotta pause the time. Relax. That's not true. I did a show called The Knicks War Room. I was willing to do it after the game. The reason why I didn't want to do it after the game because I didn't think your people would show up. If you go back and listen to the Knicks War Room, I conceded the regular season. I started by saying the Detroit Pistons, they're better in the regular season. I would be a fool to say that the Detroit Pistons aren't better in the regular season.
Those are your words. Your actions show that wasn't the case by putting a ban on Detroit people from calling in. So you can say,
do you know why?
You can say you can see because you ain't got no choice. We done beat y'all. So that you can say that, but your actions said, I don't want to hear the smoke from Detroit people because we can't defend it into the play.
Y'all were calling ever since y'all beat us when y'all was going on the run. Y'all was all calling in.
Everybody
when Detroit was on fire.
Fans. You putting us all in one box. And then you got me labeled as Detroit hater number 9. So that's already a preconceived.
Well, I call you number 9 now.
But when my phone rings on your end, that call ID that shows up, it says Detroit hater number 9. That's the reality of it. So
it does say that. Yeah, it does say that. Sorry.
Right. So you're not doing Boston Celtics fans like that. You're not doing Philly fans like that. Why is it only Detroit that's getting the ban and smoke treatment when you're tying our hands where we can't even defend ourselves? I'm speaking for all Detroit. I ain't saying that you gotta listen. If you get a disrespectful caller, I understand. We can't talk to that. You not calling with respect. You not respecting the boundaries of the show, this, and that. But to put everybody in one box and say, we're banning you from defending yourself and being able to talk junk as a sports fan when we wanted to smoke before we lost, and now that we lost to y'all and got blown out 3 times, we don't want to look in the mirror and face that reality. I think that's bullcrap.
Nah. See, you're missing it. The reason why I put the Detroit ban on because y'all was losing and y'all wasn't calling. That's why. And then when we lost, that's when you guys wanted to start calling back and y'all won. I was like, nah,
now you still putting everybody in one box. That wasn't me because I called whether we won or lost.
I'm getting there. Hold on. I'm getting there. Relax. See, you and number 5 is a guy number 5 too. He don't even call no more. He's another guy who's like you. That's like, hey, whoa, I'm not really with all of that. How the rest of them are acting, right? So you're right. I was wrong for doing that, for putting you in that box. But I did let you call even while the ban was on that one time. I did let you call. Don't forget that part too. And you called in and you spoke. And then from there, I just didn't like the fact that now we fall and we never get a chance to roast y'all. That's why I said that's why I put the ban.
You got a whole show to roast us. It's your platform.
No, I want y'all to call up with the same venom and vitriol and take it. Because we got no choice but to take it. So that's why I put the ban on, because I felt like now Detroit want to come out, y'all get some wins and you feeling yourself, and now y'all want to come out. I thought it was cheap, but you're right. I should have never put the ban on you. I should have never, because you don't normally come with that energy. So,
I never come with that energy.
Bad.
And so I'm looking like, that's messed up that you just singling out Detroit. I understand that the Knicks and Detroit got a little rivalry right now. But right now, we're still on 1 and y'all to the playoffs. So you still got somewhat of a upper hand over us until we meet again. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I was looking at.
Listen, and you know what? I got you, bro. Whenever you call, you on. Because to be fair, like I said, you also talk about other stuff too. You don't just always come with the super Detroit stuff. So that's my bad.
I wasn't even trying to. That's why I was trying to get through when y'all was talking about the players having love for the game and this. I was like, dang, I want to chime in on this conversation.
Okay.
You like, Detroit, we banning y'all until y'all lose 3 or 4 games. I'm like, what?
Right. Now, hold on. Now look.
Doing a 10-game winning streak.
No, I didn't say. No, but to be fair, when I said that, I had to ban my man number 9 too. I said I felt bad about it. I did, because I really do feel bad about it, because I do like talking to you. Like, you and number 5 are my 2 favorite Detroit people. That's why I don't even call you. I try to not call you hater number 9. I just try to call you number 9.
What I was saying, you need to
Instead
change
of
that,
hater
because
number 9.
when you see that come up, now you already
No, I know it's you, though.
psychologically.
No, it's not that. I know
No, I
it's you.
get it, but I'm saying
Yeah,
that subconscious comes up like, oh, hater number 9, call it like, damn.
Right. Now, I'm going to call you Detroit number 9 and Detroit number 5. Y'all 2 are not the haters.
Respect.
Detroit number 9, and even number 7. I'm not even going to call him hater number 7, because he called
all
up.
I ask for
And
is
you know
the
what he said?
same amount of respect that you treating the rest of the
I got you.
fan
My
world.
bad, bro. Listen, my bad. We good. Whatever you want to chime in to talk about stuff, you could call up, bro.
That's 100. I appreciate you, brother.
Now, that's respect. Yeah. My bad. That's where I went wrong. I shouldn't have put it on everybody, because there is some really good Detroit cats. Like I said, I know off the rip is you and number 5, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
and like we love talking
and number
basketball, not just, oh, let me put it in your face when y'all lose, or big up ourselves when we win. You know what I'm saying? So, but respect your show. I love your show because you give people an opportunity, and if we want to call back, we can pay a little fee or whatever, which is that's great. I love that. I respect that, because it ain't many like it. Like, you one of the few, but then when you like tie our hands, it's like, damn, we don't even got no platform like that. You know what I'm saying?
I got
and
you.
when you get Detroit respect, that goes a long way. You know what I'm saying?
Big time. Yeah, and listen, the people of Detroit, I know a lot of good people from Detroit. I met. Y'all, listen. The only thing we disagree on is the Pistons. That's it. Everything else is like, So big time, man. I appreciate you, man. So anytime you call up in the future, I got you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Big time. All right. Salute. So just to be clear, the ban was because of that, because I felt like some of them wasn't playing it fair, because we never got to laugh at them when they lost to the Nets. They call every show before the losing streak, and they weren't calling, but now they're winning, and we went through the stuff in LA. See, y'all don't see the back end stuff that I see, and he don't see it either. He's just trying to get on the show. But to be fair to him, he's a respectful dude, and I should have put him on. No, Max, that's not Skywalker. Skywalker's number 2. This is number 9. By the way, we got like 20 of them. Like, it's like up to like 21 Detroit people. Yeah, it's a lot of them. They come, they're not coming by themselves. I respect them, and I love the energy. It's just I want to get them too. I don't get to laugh at them when they lost to the Nets. But then they want to come, like, I just feel like that's just not right. So that's why I put the boycott on. It's not because I'm scared of Detroit, because prior to their losing streak, they've been calling up. Just go back and listen to the shows. After they beat us, they were calling up, laughing, oh, we going to beat you 3-0, all of that. So don't think I'm ever ducking the smoke, because I never duck the smoke. I got a show called Where There's Smoke, There's Fire. And if anyone is feeling like you froggy, or you feeling like you want to leap, then get your ass on the line and let's have a conversation. I don't duck nobody. And that goes for the other teams. And the reason why the other teams don't have that is because they don't really call up like that. You know, No Strays is from Boston. He called one time. We got Philly people that called in the past. They kind of don't call. We got Indiana people that called in the past. Indiana, they trash, so they're not going to call up. Who else? Cleveland, I don't think we ever had a Cleveland person call up. That's the next city I want. Please. Anybody knows anyone from Cleveland willing to get in the ring? By the way, continue to smash that like button. All right? And continue to call up. I'm here for it. All right? I'm here for it. Hold on. Let me just make sure. All right. I'm in the queue. Everything looks good. Okay, cool. Let me get my man Johnny on the line. 646-995-8389. Call up. Voice your opinion. This is the Blue and Orange Brunch. I got to get into Mitchell Robinson. After this call, I'm going to get into Mitchell Robinson. All right? And what's going on with Mitch?
Yeah, what up, cuz?
What's going on, Johnny, man? How you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling amazing. Amazing. Blessed as always. What's good?
That's great, man. We talking about a lot. Where you want to go?
I'm going to go to the Piston fans right quick, but it makes no sense to even talk to them too quick because they're irrelevant. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Right. First of all, Piston fans, Can we cut it out? Can you win something first, man? Can you win something? Regular season does not matter. You saw what we did to Boston, right? They beat us all throughout the season. What we do to them, sent them home. All right, so playoffs is money time. That's it. I don't want to hear nothing about Detroit. They're not proven. They haven't won nothing, and they're not a skilled team. They got one head. That's it. Anyway, enough of them. They don't count.
Bingo.
Let's go to Mikal. All right, this is a situation with Mikal. First of all, I felt like the front office did us dirty. Number one, the draft picks. And then on top of that, we doubled down and gave him the money. We didn't have to extend him. We could have seen what we had half mid-season. We could have traded him by now. We could have went and got Trey Murphy the third. Maybe Brandon Miller. They made the same money until we extended them. They're about 24, 25. And we gave that money to Mikal way too early, like the Knicks front office loves to do. They love to give people money early. They gave Tibbs money too early. He walked off with 3 years. They love to give people their money early. Why would you even extend Cat? He got 2 more years on his contract. We got time for that. But you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I wanted to make it quick and short. You know, they just doubled down on Mikal. You know what I mean? Mikal, they gave up the 5 picks for him. I was saying get rid of him from last year. I was like, go get Trey Murphy the third. Go get that. Get rid of Mikal. No, what did they do? They extended him for what, 38, 39, close to $40 million a year?
Yep.
Like, this is what we do? To me, they just doubled down on it. They could have got rid of him at midseason. So, I mean, somebody had to, Jalen had to vouch for that, right? Josh Hart, somebody, right?
Well, Jalen says they talk to him, but he doesn't really have like input, but they do come to him when they're going to make moves.
I just don't understand why you would give him all this money. I just felt like why make one mistake and then double down and make 2 mistakes? Stick with your one mistake in draft picks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you get your last words out, and I'm gonna answer.
That's all I'm trying to say. You feel me?
Okay.
Them 5 picks. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was. You can stay on really quick.
You waiting for me? Okay.
I was trying to let you get your. See, I don't like to, because when I talk, the clock is running. If I don't pause it, so I was trying to let you get the last point out. But I got what you were saying. I just gonna say the reason why they had to pay him is because they couldn't sign anyone else. So like, if he walks, that's it. He's out of there. No, right?
But they could have signed him. They could have signed him in January, right?
Right, but here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you the politics with Giannis. See, Giannis, that politics goes deep, and a lot of fans don't understand it. So if you were to sign Mikal later, it comes with a 6-month no trade clause. Comes with a 6-month, so you can't trade him for 6 months. So when they signed him, it was able to give them the ability to trade him at the deadline. It gives them a week.
I figured that.
That's why they signed him.
They was hoping for Giannis.
Here's another thing. Here's another problem, right? If you don't sign him coming into the season, if that man balls out, oh boy. Now that 150 might have to go to 200. He becomes an all-star.
I get it. I get it, but I just didn't see him doing it. You know what I mean? He's too passive. He's too passive of a player. You know what I'm saying? Right. So
no, I got you. I got you.
You know what I mean?
But see, he's passive when he got the bag. Would he have been passive if he didn't get the? See, we don't know the mind state of people.
He's playing for a contract. They always ball when they playing for a contract. So you're in a bad position anyway.
Bingo. And maybe you shouldn't have did the trade from the start, man. But great call, Johnny.
Hey, one thing I do want to agree with you is, bro, let's go get Giannis. Let's go get Giannis.
100%.
You can pack everybody up, but I need Towns to stay. I need Towns to stay.
Towns and Brunson,
pack everybody
Giannis.
Up. Even the roommates could go with Daddy Brunson.
Yep.
Even the roommates could go.
Whoa, you willing to give up Brunson too? I don't know about that.
Go get me Drew Holiday right now. Bring Drew Holiday for a year or 2 with Giannis.
See, all right, if you're going to trade Brunson, listen, I ain't scared to trade. Listen, I ain't spooky in the woods.
Exactly.
But I'm going to say this on the way out. You got to get me somebody that could really do something at the one spot or at the guard spot if you're going to do that. That's all I would say.
I'm just saying, that ain't going to really work out with Kupo. Jalen don't like to come off the ball. So I'm looking at.
Man, listen, we got to go because that's a whole nother call. That's a whole nother call.
My man,
but I hear
I'll call you on that one. But the roommates and Daddy Brunson, the nepotism could get out of here. Pack them up to Milwaukee. Give me Giannis. Keep OG. Imagine that. Towns, Giannis, OG, and Mikal or Josh Hart, whichever. No, Josh Hart to be gone. So
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'd rather keep. I hear you though, but I'd rather keep Brunson. Remember, I appreciate. I'd rather keep Brunson with Towns and Giannis. That's what I want.
Hey, we can do that too. We can do that. But you can pop all them niggas out for Giannis.
Thank you. Now, see, we're together, brother. I appreciate you though, Johnny.
That's what it is. Bless.
All right, salute. Listen, when we start talking about Giannis, that's what we got. That's where my hands go like this. I don't think I'll trade Brunson for Giannis though, because I feel like we just have too much leverage. I think that you don't even have to do that, to be honest. Like if Giannis does what he needs to, the deal is going down. Trust me, it's going down. Let me get my girl L Figgy. Hey L Figgy, where we going? It's a lot going on.
What's going on, chat? What's going on, Karan, man? These late night. Last night I was up until 2.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, with the Knicks After Dark chats, I love it.
Yeah, it's just I'm a vampire and I wasn't going to go live, Figgy. But the game went the way it went. So I said, okay, there's something to talk about. Let's do it. Where you ready to go?
No, it's good. The West Coast, man, it's killing us.
Yeah.
These late night West Coast games. But yeah, no, I just wanted, the one thing I wanted to just touch base on, and I know you're going to get into Mitchell. I know you're going to get into Mitchell Robinson, which is great. But I watched last night's game again. They showed the key plays. If anybody if anybody watches it on Prime, they do a really good job of breaking down the game.
Oh, okay.
We have got to stop with these slow starts, man. Coming out on the court, sleepwalking on the court. This has got to end way, way, way before the playoffs start. We got to clean that up.
You're right.
I want to start seeing our starting five set the tone. Like I said last night on my call, I said we could get away with that against the Jazz. You know, we got lucky, in my opinion, against the Rockets that we had that 18-point comeback. That's not going to work that's not going to work in the playoffs. We'll get through whoever we have to see in the first round. But if we have to see the Celtics, depending on where the seeding falls, whoever we have to see in the second round, we're not going to keep getting away from, coming up from these. Last night, I think the furthest, was it 20 points, 22 points last night?
Was it 8? Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. I think it was. I saw 18. It might have been 20. Hold on. I do remember 18, but yeah, it was crazy. I mean, you're right. You cannot sustain that. Yeah, I see 18. Mm-hmm.
That was okay. I thought it got even worse than that. And then it
felt like it was worse than that.
Because we came out, it didn't look like we had a plan. None of our shots were hitting. We were just letting them shoot threes. You cannot do that in the playoffs. It's going to come back to bite. We're going to lose a series. You cannot sustain that. We have to come out strong. We have to set a tone. We're going to have to, I don't know how much we're going to be able to depend on Mikal because he's not playing consistently. And look, I know he came through last year in the Celtics series. I was there for it. It was beautiful. I don't know if he's going to do that again this year. He looks a little lost out there. He looks like he doesn't know still like where he should be, where he should go, what his spot is. I was talking about this with you a couple of weeks ago when, I remember when we played the Timberwolves in the preseason and Ann Edwards made a comment about his shot he changed his shot.
Right.
And we were all laughing about it, but he did change his shot and it was, it is what it is. I want to see the Knicks come out, and if we have to change someone in the starting five, if it's Mikal, if it's Josh, let's do it now. Let's gel now. Let's get a rhythm going with our starting five now.
Right.
So we can go into the playoffs confident, running on all sides. Let's take a lead. Let's go into some of these playoff games where we're going to be, starting a quarter or starting, in the half. I want to see the Knicks up by 10, 15, 20 points. I would love to see that on our side.
Right. You're right. And I'm going to give the stat after your call to back up what you're saying on them first quarters. Nah, you hit it on the nail.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get away with it. When the playoffs come, we're not going to get away with this stuff that we've been getting away with all regular season.
Right. No, yeah, you're right. It has to turn around. And there's something that's off with either, like you said, the starting lineup or the rotation in the first quarter. Something is off with it. You know, Brunson, he's like number 2, number 3 in first quarter scoring. But like they gotta figure it out because it's I don't know, it's just something not right about it.
Well, like I told you last night, Brunson, if Mikal is out there, nobody's going to respect his shooting. So that leaves, now Brunson is going to get hemmed up. He's going to get double teamed because they're going to leave Mikal open because, like I said, they're going to just, okay, fine, you want to go ahead and have one of your fade, drives to the basket and then do one of your little, fadeaway middies. We'll take a chance on that. It sometimes goes in, sometimes it doesn't. He doesn't really drive to the basket. No, he doesn't make the defense respect him, and now that puts Jalen in a bad spot.
Bingo. I hear you, Figure. I'm riding with you, man. Great point. I think the start lineup point you made was it's a crucial point that they got to figure it out now, not later. So if they got to change it, get it out now. Don't wait till later because you can't do it in the playoffs. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, man. Well, appreciate you. Thank you, Karan. Thank you, chat. Keep it up, guys.
Great call, Figgy. All right. That's one of OKF Nation's ladies right there and listen, our ladies, they're very proficient with basketball now. She said she watched the game again. How many of you guys watched the game again on Amazon? And to double down on what she's saying, I have a discrepancy with MSG. They said that we were 18-18 when we lead after when we lose in trailing in the first quarter. I got 17-18. I don't know. I could be wrong. They could be wrong. Bottom line is, in well over 36 first quarters, we have trailed. Okay. June, I see you calling. I'm gonna get to you in a second. I gotta introduce the Mitchell Robinson topic, and as soon as I do it, right before I do it, continue to smash the like button, y'all. Okay. And big time salute to my man AP, one of the MVP donors. He says Detroit TV, LOL, because he said that while I was on the phone with the brother number 9 from Thingy. By the way, please don't get offended by the Detroit TV comment, okay? Because people actually was offended, like, oh, do you mean this is Detroit TV? It's a joke. That I think AP started the joke, or I think AP was like, he helped me come up with the joke during the 24-hour live stream, where we was like, this is Detroit Fan TV. It was a joke. This is a New York Knicks channel, The Objective Knicks. That's what I mostly talk about, though I do got a show called NBA Saturdays where we talk about, the NBA as a whole. So I am not really a Detroit Pistons channel. They just happen to call up here a lot en masse because we talk basketball. So the ban will be lifted soon, because I don't want no one to think that I'm ducking Detroit smoke. That's just the most craziest thing you could say. I got a show called The Knicks War Room, right? The day before the game. And to be honest, the debate should have been on the day of the game. But I was paranoid that if they lose, they wouldn't show up. I knew that we would show up because we show up anyway. And my premise for the debate was not the regular season. So I could give a damn about losing 3 games to Detroit in the regular season. My thing was, if we match up in the playoffs, what's going to happen? And honestly, I said it on that show, I don't think we're going to match up in the playoffs. I don't believe it's going to happen. I don't think Detroit's going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I have no faith that the Pistons get to the Eastern Conference Finals. So yeah, that's why the ban was on, because they were ducking, and it was crickets. We called it out for like 5 shows in a row. We were like, where is 5 days in a row? Where is Detroit? They stopped showing up. But when we lose, I'm not talking about number 9, because number 9 been calling up every day. Okay. And one day I did let him up, but he's not a part of that. And number 5 or number 7, they're not a part of this, right? So it's not the entire Detroit fan. They know who they are. Okay? They know who they are, and they're not complaining about being banned. because you don't even see them in the chat. Now, when they win the night, I guarantee you tomorrow, you're going to start to see them in the chat. Yo, AP going there. He said Detroit don't have any female fans. Oh, my God, bro. Yo, AP, you are hilarious, bro. Yo, they don't got any. I ain't gonna lie. I never seen one female Detroit Pistons fan call up. I'm serious. You know, big time salute to Clarissa Shields. I like Clarissa Shields, though. She is the GOAT. But she never called up for the Pistons. You feel me? All right. Big time salute to AP on the Superman. You got me rolling over here. He said they ain't got no. Yo, you hit him with the LL Cool J. You know, 99% of your fans don't. When he's trying to say 99% of your fans wear heels, and then he said 99% of your fans just don't exist. Yeah, you hit him with that. Damn, bro. Because I'm trying to even understand, like, how is that even a diss? That if 99% of your fans are females, big time salute to the females. That means you're doing something right. Because the females are the one that's going to show the support. So I didn't know how he thought that was a diss. I just like how he flipped it. He said 99% of your fans don't exist. That was fire. Let me damn, where the hell's my article at? Okay, cool. I got it. So if we're gonna talk about Mitchell, I saw this, right? Now, I'm slacking on college basketball because I just watch too much goddamn NBA. I'm not gonna lie. All I watch is NBA. Even my boxing game is kind of slowed down a lot because I'm just so zoned in on the Knicks and the league as a whole. And if I see why some people just watch one sport, like, because it's so much easier. If you got to watch baseball, then football, then boxing, then UFC, then base, like, it's just too much, bro. It's way too much, bro. And the Yankees, I didn't even realize the Yankees started playing again. I'm like, oh, damn, we get ready to be about to be in baseball. It's spring training. I'm like, oh, Lord, bro. Now I don't even know how I'm going to get the Yankees in. Oh, and then don't forget my Lady Liberty. Well, if there's no strike, I don't know what's going on with I can't remember the latest on their politics, but that's a whole nother thing. Man, it's just too much sports, bro. It's just way too much. Then, like, Duke, I haven't watched the last 10 Duke games because I've been just consumed with this stuff. Anyway, Knicks tempt Mitchell Robinson's fate with bold pick in the latest mock draft. Yeah, dog. See, before I even get into this, right? Giannis Antetokounmpo makes Mitchell Robinson's contract a lot harder. Because the politics of it is this. Let's say, all right, hold on. I'm just trying to think of the easiest way to explain it because the politics of the salary cap, dog, is just it's like they have their own language, like they have their own like factors that you gotta factor in, and it's very it is complex. It's not simple. It's not hard, but it's not simple, right? So, all right. So this is the money you're working with. You see this right here? Just try to remember the number. And this will show you why Mitchell Robinson's contract is going to be a problem, okay? Now, the Knicks right now, no trades, no nothing. We have $17 million in second apron space, okay? Meaning that right now, we're almost going to be a first apron team, okay? Because we got $4 million in apron space, right? Once we cross this threshold of this $5 million, I mean, if you sign 2 players, you instantly become a first apron team. But it depends on that too, because if you sign a player for a certain amount of money, you automatically become locked at the apron space, second apron space. So, like, if you sign them to, like, with the Yabusele contract, I'm glad I got real life examples. Okay, cool. When we signed Yabusele last year, it locked us in and we couldn't go into the second apron. Does that make sense, y'all? Hopefully that makes sense to y'all. All right? Because it's very important to what I'm saying. All of this is very important to the understanding why I'm saying what I'm about to say about Mitchell Robinson. Okay. Cool. So right now, we take back to signing somebody. You got 9 players under contract. According to NBA rules, you have to have 14 players under contract. Now, they do give you wiggle rule where you could get away with 12 for a certain period of time, and there's a way to finagle that, but you can't do it for long. So you're still going to need 5 more players, right? 5 more players, because Alvarado has a player option at 4.5. He will re-sign 100,000%. Jose Alvarado will be a Knick next year, 100,000%. Okay? All right, cool. So you got to get 5 players with $17 million. Do you notice something about this list? You got Towns, OG, Brunson, Bridges, Hart, Alvarado, McBride, Pacone, Tyler Kolek. Do you see Mitchell Robinson on this list? No. That means that Mitchell Robinson's salary does not count towards the $17 million. Hopefully that part makes sense, because that is the crux to everything I'm about to say. Mitchell Robinson's max salary, his max salary is 4 years, $85. If you gave Mitchell Robinson 4 years, $85 million, you're automatically a second apron team, because the first year will start out probably at this amount. Now, does that part make sense? Now, once I sign Mitchell Robinson, right, and I'm left with that space, that means that I'm going to be limited to being a second apron team. If I am limited to being a second apron team, it means that I cannot do the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade unless they're willing to take Karl Anthony Towns for Giannis straight up. Because once you become a second apron team, you can no longer do 2 for 1. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So that's the reason why Mitchell Robinson is not signed, because I do think the Knicks believe they could get Giannis, and they don't want Mitchell Robinson's contract to mess up the summer, because right now, without Mitchell Robinson in the picture, they can put together a package for Giannis. Now, a lot of your favorite Knicks have to go not for Giannis, to build a team, because once I do the Giannis trade, I will be hard capped at this number, meaning I cannot go beyond this number to trade for Giannis and then sign Mitch. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm gonna act like I know you're not talking to me in real time, but if you need to rewind this part, you can go rewind it, because I explained the exact Mitchell Robinson controversy. By the way, if you are a channel member, to all the channel members, big time salute to y'all. Y'all had access to this information like 3 months ago. I talked about it. I talked about this 3 months ago in the Unfiltered Thought. Okay? Unfiltered Thought is a series I do. It's a member-only series that I you know, sometimes it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I just have a thought. I just say, let me just turn on the mic. Let me just talk. That's just what I do. I already explained this process months ago. Okay, so that's the Mitchell Robinson problem. So now, when this article pops up, now that you guys understand the scenario, Knicks tempt Mitchell Robinson's fate with bold pick in latest ESPN mock draft. What's the one thing that we know about rookies? They make less money. I don't have to pay them 4 years, $85. New York Knicks center Mitchell Robinson is in the final season of the 4-year, $60 million contract he signed in 2022. Through injuries, unfortunately, robbed him of almost 2 full seasons. By the way, this is going to come back in your contract negotiation, dog. It robbed him of almost 2 full seasons. He's played well in 25-26, and he's expected to have a strong market value in free agency. I disagree. Yes, people who don't want Mitchell Robinson, are they willing to pay the price for Mitchell Robinson? That is the question. Yeah, they're going to want him, but are they going to pay the price? Same thing with Hartenstein. What bag is he going to generate this offseason? Because remember when I told you it was supposed to be 10 teams? So yeah, it actually dropped down to about 3 or 4 teams they project to have money. And those teams have specific targets, as my man Fritz would say, that they're trying to go after. So, Mitchell Robinson, okay? So I think that's going to hurt his value in terms of money. Of course, people want you, but are they willing to pay you? All right, let me go backtrack a little bit. You remember Ben Simmons? Why isn't Ben Simmons in the league? You know why? No one was willing to pay Ben Simmons the price that he wanted. Now, I'm not saying Mitchell Robinson's as bad as Ben Simmons. No, I'm not saying. What I am saying is that a lot of these free agents, not just Mitchell Robinson, they're going to be in for a rude awakening. Now, Jimmy Woo of ESPN recently put together a mock draft and utilized the Knicks' 27th overall selection for Michigan Wolverines big man Morris Johnson Jr. He's 6'9", 250 power forward with the strength to play center. Okay, now I don't know much about this kid. To all you guys who watch college basketball, is this kid a ball player? Morris Johnson Jr. This is somebody who Jeremy Woo of ESPN says the Knicks are going to use to sign or to draft in the upcoming draft. Though some might question why the Knicks would spend a first-round pick on a big man when they already have Towns, Woo noted that 2 big man lineups have become commonplace again. Facts, you need 2 centers. All the good teams have 2 centers. Or 2 guys that could play center, one or the other. Or if you go down the list, Detroit, Cleveland, Boston, and, you know, Cater's all right. Cater's emerging, but you got Vujacic, Cater, if you want to say that, okay. I don't think they're the best, but they are solid, right? Every team has 2 big men. Right? And I'm not saying they got to be superstars. I'm just talking about good players, right? Quality big men. You need that. And that's why when you look at free agency, it's hard to get a quality big man. They all snatched up. They all gone. Guards, you could get all day. You could get a Jordan Clarkson. You could get that. Big men, good luck. Skilled big man that could do something, especially that specialize in the area like Mitchell Robinson does on the glass, you're not going to find that. No. That's not readily available. So what you're going to do is you go to the draft and you try to find the next guy. So is this guy Morris Johnson it? I don't know. Right? His offensive role will be limited, but he's knocked down spot threes, Mike Brown. 10 of 24 in the season. So he's not shooting a lot of threes. And in college, what I know is, and maybe it's a little different today, but like Towns never really took threes in college. Big guys usually play more conservative for the most part. You do got a couple of Flip Houskies. Like, you see how Flip Houski was shooting threes last night? He was doing that in college. Oh, yeah, he was definitely doing that in college. But a lot more traditional big man roles exist in college, right? Okay, cool. So maybe this guy could knock down threes. I don't know. Okay. And so 10 for the season, it finishes simple plays around the basket. When NBA teams pivoting toward double big lineups, Johnson should have a long-term utility and provide immediate depth. Immediate depth. Now, okay, let me go down and read more. Johnson's a sophomore, okay, down low. He's a skilled shooter, okay. Thus far, 25-26, he's averaged 13.7 points, 7.4 rebounds, 2.5 offensive rebounds, 1.1 assists, 1.1 blocks, 0.7 steals, in just 24 minutes. What's the per 36 on that? Says a lot of you guys like to use per 36. What's the per 36 on that? By the way, per 36 is supposed to be used for guys who don't get a lot of minutes, not guys who get minutes. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic. Johnson has also converted 10 three-point field goals in 31 games, shooting 41% behind the arc. Okay? An impressive fact, especially in fact, considering he didn't even attempt a 3 as a freshman. So this kid wasn't even shooting 3s as a freshman, But now, as a sophomore, he's getting more threes up. Okay? Now, if Johnson could continue to explore his potential as a shooter while maintaining his impressive production as an offensive rebounder, he could prove invaluable to the Knicks. He can not only create second chances alongside of Towns, but also allow New York to play 5 out with 2 sharp shooting bigs. Hold on, I'm going to continue reading. This is a good read. I'm going to read a little bit more, but I want to show y'all something. This is the actual mock draft right here. Yeah, we know the top guys that's going. I don't give a damn about that right now because watch this going to keep their pick. So we gonna go down to like where the late guys draft. That's where we going to go. All right? So Jibby Woo has us picking this kid. All right? They have us picking this kid at the 27th spot because we do have our draft pick. Now, one thing to note, we could trade this pick. Here's the politics of basketball. And Fritz, if you in the building, you can let me know if I'm wrong. Once we draft the kid, we could trade him. Once you draft him, you could trade him. You can't trade the pick before the draft because of the rule, but once you get the player, then you could trade him. Anyway, big time salute on my man, Mr. Knicks 101. He says, don't know how many players can replace Mitch. To be honest, all I know, I don't want to see Hulk minutes. See, okay, cool. So this is what I want to talk about. This is what I want to say. Mitchell Robinson is the best offensive rebounder in basketball. We can't get a guy to replace that. But I don't need a great offensive rebounder if I can also get a guy who may be also good at shooting threes. He's good at defending, and he can crash the defensive glass, and he does other things. Not a liability at the free. There's other aspects to basketball, so I know you're not going to get someone who as good as on the offensive glass as Mitch, but he ain't the best defender in the league. Let's not act like we don't see better defenders than Mitch. Mitch gets lost on the perimeter at times. He gets lost in pick and roll, right? I'm not going to act like Mitch is the best thing in the world, like we can't replace him. Oh, my God. I said I wouldn't trade him this time around because I don't think you're going to get no one better for this, what we're trying to do now. But if I could get a kid that's talented like this in the draft, why not? Why not? You got Diawara in his second year. You might also get Portis in the deal, right? I would try to work the deal to get Portis too. That's just me. But I'm just saying, this is the actual, the actual mock draft. I want to show y'all something. Because here's what you guys got to understand as well. In the draft, no, this is not where I want to go. Hold on. Damn, there was another. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to try to find it. I had another article that talked about, damn, I don't know where it's at. But there's a lot of big guys that's going to be available in the late first round, bro. And how do you know that this may not be the next Jalen Duran? How do you know that? Like the talent in this draft is so strong. Maybe the Knicks move up to get somebody better than this kid. But what do you guys got to say about this? Big questions about Josh's potential fit, whether or not would it ultimately entail the end of the Robinson era. A rookie scale contract, money, particularly for a role player drafted in the late 20s, would not prohibit the Knicks from re-signing Robinson. Johnson would, however, be a player who need minutes sooner than later, and Robinson and Towns will be standing in his way. Perhaps there's a scenario where the Knicks could create a three-headed monster, which could be the case, right? But I'm adding, because the article doesn't talk about it, you do the Giannis trade, and now you get this kid to go along with the Giannis trade. And now your three-headed monster is going to be Giannis, this kid, Johnson, and Towns. I take it. And I already explained the particulars of the Giannis trip. Big time salute to my man, Mr. Knicks 101, one of my MVP donors. I read that. Yeah, he said that to replace Mitch. Yeah, I don't need someone to be what Mitch is on the offensive glass. That to me is not replacing Mitch. I'm gonna get back to some of the calls I missed. Continue to smash that like button. All right, the goal is 300 likes. Let's continue to get the likes up. Continue to get the likes up. Big time salute to my people in the live chat. Yeah, Sherman. Ain't nobody scared over here, Sherman. You need to relax. AP said, okay, AP, how you feeling about that pick, though, AP? Hulk is Mitch. Ooh, okay, buzzer beater. Hulk is Mitch. Okay. Big time salute to the people in the building. Continue to smash that like button. By the way, if you can't call up, as I get back into the calls, you could always send in a donation like my man, Mr. Knicks, and I will respond to it and treat it in place of a call. All right? Because I know a lot of you guys are at work, right? You do your thing. You're on the move, right? Getting ready to go home, getting ready to get your night started, right? Getting ready to go shopping, and you just listening, and you can't really get on the line, send in a super, and I will respond. Okay, I will respond to your message. All right. Big time salute to everybody in the building. I appreciate the support. Let me see who's been on the line waiting. Okay, let me see. Hopefully I could get my brother June. June, I'm got you, June. I just had to go on my Mitchell Robinson rant. And hopefully you can still answer. What's going on, June, man? Sorry to make you wait. I had to touch on Mitch because people would have went crazy on me. Like, oh, you're not gonna talk about Mitch.
Nah, I'm glad you
feel
did.
me?
I'm glad you did because I'm gonna piggyback on a little bit of that. I'm gonna come
Let's
with
go.
a different energy too.
Let's go.
Usually
Okay.
I'm amped. I got a lot of bad things to say. I appreciate Mitch, everything he's done for the Knicks. But it's time to go. I don't mind him leaving, not one bit. The one that hurt us the most is Hartenstein. What we needed is Hartenstein at center. We needed someone with his IQ, someone with his skill set. That's when we were our best. The window was open then, Karan. We didn't know it. The championship window was open then. And a lot of things happened. We had the magic too. There was magic. Since last year, the magic is left, bro. It's gone. We ain't got it no more. I appreciate Mitch. He's a terrible offensive player. There's no other way to put it. He could barely catch lobs at the rim. I see him drop a lot of lobs. OG is probably not the best facilitator, not even close to the best facilitator in the world. But I've seen him try to throw up lobs to Mitch a couple of times this season. And Mitch is not prepared for it. They haven't all been great. But had Mitch been like that severe lob threat, there's dudes like DeAndre Jordan, those type of dudes, you just throw it around the rim and they're putting it in the rim after that. That's how DeAndre Jordan averaged double-digit points at all in the NBA. Mitch can't get above 8 points barely, bro. And forget about from the free throw line. You know, I like Mitch a lot, and I know that he be getting at people too. I know he be listening to people. He got things to say. No disrespect to you, Mitch. Ain't nobody scared of you. Salute to you. I appreciate you if you out there listening. If this gets back to you, but it's time for you to go for your own good and for our own good. That's it.
I like that.
I also want to say this. When Brunson gave up the bread he gave up, I wonder if he did that so that way they can keep Hartenstein instead of giving OG the bag that they gave OG, because I don't think, supposedly, they didn't expect OG to command the salary or request the salary. Now, I know that Leon Rose's son is also OG Anunoby's agent. I got to think that they all knew what was going on in the back channels. They all knew this was going to happen. They knew that he was going to command that salary, but I was thinking that Jalen Brunson gave up that money for someone like Hartenstein. And I'm not saying that he can choose who he gives up the money for. Obviously, he gave it up. His godfather is the president of the Knicks. You know, like that was the gift he gifted. I guess you could say him getting the contract he initially got was a gift from his godfather. You can look at it that way if you'd like to. He outplayed that first contract. Right now, he looks like the money that he's getting. And that's under Mike Brown. And we all talking about Giannis. I don't trust Giannis and Jalen Brunson with Mike Brown. I don't want Mike Brown here. I don't care who we get. I don't care what we do. Mike Brown cannot be the dude coaching these cats if we're going to get anybody. We're going to be in a similar position that we were in before if we get Giannis and we still have Mike Brown. We're not going to – I know what everybody's thinking. Giannis has been in Milwaukee. Yes, they won the championship when they won. Now, ever since then, they've been barely getting out of the first round of the playoffs. It don't matter who's around him. We need better personnel around us. It starts with the coach. I'm down to do that first before anything. Salute, my man.
Ooh, you said a lot. I'm going to respond to some of the things you said, man. I appreciate you, June. Great stuff.
All right, big guy. Be easy.
All right. Big time salute. I ain't going to lie. June, he's on the money with his concern about the coach. Also, the Magic leaving, he may also have a point there, too, because we never got to see the four Nova boys together. Never got to see. I know some of y'all tired of the Nova. I'm just saying, but we seen them go 12-2 with Randall, OG, 3 Nova boys. We never got a chance to see the 4 Nova boys with them. Now, the one thing I need to clarify before I take the next call, 2 things I need to clarify. Because it's not a lot of people got this thing kind of misconstrued. By the way, damn, y'all can't see it. Oh God. Yeah, just take my word for it. All right. So what I'm looking at right now, because you can't see all the way to the right. When you give the 100th percentile talk, the 97th percentile talk, please give more detail, like my man Lopez last night. Big time salute to Lopez. Lopez had one of the best calls that we've seen on the channel. Seriously. Broke it down, talked about Brunson with the assist and the passing rate and fire call, right? So Mitchell Robinson's in the 99th percentile, right? Based on his being a role man as a screener, right? Because he averages 1.8. You see this? The 1.8, you can see that. That puts him in the 99.6 percentile before he was in the 100 percentile, right? This is pick and roll big man, right? Pick and roll man. So people get hyped like, look, he's number 2. He was number 1 before, and guess who's the number 1 guy? Caleb Love. Do you think that Caleb Love is an elite screener? This is why I keep telling y'all stats with context. Don't let them do that to you. Don't let them fool you by saying certain words like percentile and points per possession. Mitchell Robinson's number 2. Okay, Trey Murphy III is number 3. Okay, Jericho Sims number 4. Okay, what does this really means? Let me show you how you're supposed to look at this stat. Boom, look at the flip of the names. Embiid is number 1. Vujacic number 2. Now you're starting to see guys who set screen. Why are these guys in the top? Where's Mitchell Robinson at? Why is Towns up here at 2.6? Why is that? Where's Mitchell Robinson at? You know why? Because he only averages 0.6 possessions a game. He's not doing it consistently, y'all. I just wanted to add on what June is saying. Yes, he has 1.81 points per possession, but he's only getting 0.6 possessions a game. And then someone's going to tell me, oh, Mitch is in the 100 percentile. Like, I don't know how to read this stuff. You got to know who you subscribe to. I spend a lot of time studying basketball, bro. Like, seriously. I come on the mic very prepared. Sometimes you see I'm late. It's because I'm gathering my notes together. So to make sure that when I present something to you, I'm not going to fumble the bag. And I will never fumble the bag. I just know too much. So that's the one thing I want to clarify. The next thing I want to clarify is that OG's money did not prevent Hartenstein's money. That's whoever started that on Reddit or wherever the hell they were at. Yeah, don't listen to that person. They don't understand the politics of basketball. OG Anunoby was traded here under the guise that he wanted to get the bag. That was the discrepancy in Toronto. They didn't want to play him $200-something million. They said, you get hurt. You wasn't even there in the finals. We don't know if we could trust you. We're not going to pay you the $200 million. But they gave Emmanuel Quickly 170, whatever. They didn't want to give OG the money, Toronto. Okay? So the Knicks inquired throughout the lawsuit and all of that, which is magic. It didn't disappear. They dismissed it. Anyway, so they contacted Toronto, and they didn't think they would be able to get the deal done. But Toronto was like, shoot, we don't want to lose this kid, right? So let's get RJ in quickly. That's how the deal was done, okay? So the Knicks got OG knowing they had to sign him. The reason why Hartenstein is not here, and I got multitude of videos on this. The reason why Hartenstein is not here is because of something called early bird rights. If you don't know what bird rights are, all it is it started from Larry Bird, right? And it's a rule where if you're with a team for 3 or more years, you can sign for as much money as you can. That's up to your max. Each player has their own individual max. For Mitchell Robinson, I think it's like 4 years, $80-something million. I could be off on that, but it's around that. Okay? So that's his max, right? Now, because Mitchell Robinson has bird rights, he's been with the team for a long time, over 3 years, he could sign his maximum deal. The problem with Hartenstein is that he had early bird rights, not full bird rights. So there was a limitation on the amount of money the Knicks could give him. The most the Knicks could give him was 4 years, $72 million. The Oklahoma City Thunder came and said, look, we're going to give you 3 years, 87, but that third year was not guaranteed. So Hartenstein signed that deal instead of the Knicks deal because he thought he was going to get more money. And technically it's not more money because only 2 years are guaranteed. And now he's getting ready to see when he's up out of there, because they're not going to bring him back for $27 million. Now he could sign there for a lesser contract because he has early bird rights there. He's been there for 2 years. So he has early bird rights, so he could sign a decent deal. It is not going to be $29 million. Promise you that. Okay. So that's what happened with Hartenstein. The reason why I'm taking my time is because I know that a lot of you guys didn't know that. To the guys who know that, bear with me for repeating myself, but a lot of people did not understand and know those details. So I have to get the information right. Big time salute to my man, Coach, in the building. Big time salute. Coach, I just want to let you know, I see what you said, all right? If you say pay Mitch, you're saying that you don't want Giannis. I'm just letting you know. To all you pay Mitch people, you're not going to get Giannis. It's not happening, dog. It's very hard to do both. Very hard to do both. It could happen, but now you're talking about Hart and some of the other guys going for Mitchell Robinson. Now, I know a lot of you guys would do that. Y'all bugged out. But yeah, if Giannis comes, Mitch is more than likely out of here. What's going on, Randall?
Hey, what's up, Karan?
You know what I mean? Nothing much, man. We talking about Mitchell Robinson, Mikal Bridges. You know, I had to explain some information. What say you? Where you want to go?
Let's go.
The whole thing about talk about Mitchell Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Now, isn't his what is the most he can get? What is it? 4 years? I think it was what, $88 million?
Something like that. It's 4 year, 85. It's around that. It's around that. What do you think? Do you think? Okay, so we could get a young bull out of college and pay him for a fraction of that cost. Or do you pay Mitchell Robinson that, and now you hurt your chances at Giannis too, because it's going to be hard to do both. It could happen. It's going to be very difficult to sign Mitch and get Giannis. Very difficult.
Oh yeah, you can't do both. It's one or the other.
Pretty much. Yeah. And that choice is easy for me.
The Knicks don't win a championship this year. I see them going after Giannis.
Hard body. And our best bet at that point would be to try to sign and trade Mitch to where he wants to go so we can try to get something back. You know, but even then, I think signing trades are limited. There's a limitation to signing trades. I just can't remember because we are a first April team. But anyway, it's just a lot of politics, political stuff that takes out the fun, takes all the fun away from basketball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right.
But okay, so let me ask you it like this. What do you think about getting a young guy from college to come in that could be a 5 and shoot and getting a young, talented 5? Because there's a lot of talent coming out.
Yeah. This draft is going to be deep.
But
So
like I was saying in the chat, it's like a lot of this draft is going to be deeper, but it's not going to be probably any generational talent coming out of this draft like last year's draft.
Nah, I think Cam Boozer is generational, dog. I'm sorry. Think so, bro. I think he's gonna revolutionize the power forward position. I think he's gonna bring power forwards back, Cam Boozer, like real power forwards. I think he's gonna bring it back. I think and the Peterson kid is nice too. I just don't. I didn't really see him like that.
Who?
Peterson. This kid Peterson. He's a guard.
Oh, okay.
He's coming out. It's him. It's Peterson, Cam Boozer, and the AJ kid. I can't say his last name. Don't know how to pronounce it. But the kid from BY. He's also very nice. He had like 40 and 40 and something against somebody recently. Made headlines. Yeah, these kids are nice. Randall, these kids are nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. These kids are very nice. Like I said, I don't know much about a lot of them, but I know a little bit about a lot of it, if that makes sense. Yeah. So, what was your thoughts on the Bridges conversation? I feel like he kind of was somewhat passing the buck, saying that the ball doesn't find him sometimes. What was your thoughts on that? Like the reason why he's not shooting is because, sometimes they're not giving him the ball. Like, huh? You're not hitting shots because they're not giving you the ball. No, you're not hitting shots when you get the goddamn ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't. It felt like that he was trying to pass the ball. Maybe he wasn't, but if you look at the quote, it's like, huh? What do you mean? Like, dude, you just can't shoot. I don't know.
Pretty much.
You're just not hitting the shots, man. I mean, work on your craft, man. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, Randall. I want to defend Mikal, but I can't defend the shooting. Like, I really can't. Like, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's bad. Like, I seen the man miss. He had an air ball floater one game. Last night, he missed 3 wide open. I'm talking about wide open. Me and you would have hit one of them. Facts.
Too much inconsistency.
Too much. Not that he has to take. I'm even off the too much shots argument. Like, yo, Mikal, you need to shoot more. No, I just want you to make the shot that we give you, right?
Yeah.
10 seconds.
But yeah, listen, Randall, I appreciate you, man. Big time salute.
Anytime,
and I'll be
man.
back later. If you're around, I'll be back later.
All right.
Big
Later.
time. All right. It's my man, Randall. What's going on, Chet?
Yeah, this is Chet.
Big time salute, Chet. How you
What's
feeling,
up?
family?
Man, I'm feeling good, bro. Listen, you know what we got to do? What
What's
the
up?
Knicks got to do is, like you
And
said
turn down your
yesterday.
background. Yeah, turn down your background as well. Yeah, your background. Just
Yeah,
turn it
yeah.
down. I got
Okay.
you.
Yeah, the Knicks, what the Knicks got to do is it's simple. They got to work more on their inside game, as far as offense. You said something key yesterday, and you said that the Knicks need more offense. Just when I hung the phone, I was like, damn, he's so right. But the Knicks, what they got to do, if the three-pointer ain't working, drive toward the basket.
Facts.
Drive toward the basket, get fouled, go to the foul line. You know what I mean? If they go more, we don't need nobody. We don't need Giannis. We got what we need right now. And all they gotta do is, hey, you know how the Knicks are, they shoot 3-pointers a lot. But they ain't, listen, the only time, let's say if you get a 20-point lead, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get a 20-point lead, and then you start going toward the basket. If you go toward the basket, then guess what? They're going to foul you, and you do it the old-fashioned way, the three-point way, like that, instead of just relying on that three-pointers. You said it yesterday about the offense. If one ain't working, do the other, right? Isn't that old school basketball? They got the talent to do it. It just can't be Cat going through the middle or Brunson. You know, they all got to
Right.
work on their inside game. They get that done, it creates more offensive rebounds. And let me tell you something, Mitchell Robinson is probably the best in basketball right now as far as an inside game. We need to keep him. You know what I mean? We don't need nobody else for that guy, man. You know, it's best for us to keep Mitch and develop him. You know what I mean? See, you know what? Everybody wants to trade. Everybody wants to get this person. How you going to develop a team if you keep trading people? You know, remember back in the day with Bird and all them? They all kept their players and they developed them. Next thing you know, they were winning. It's like chess. If you keep changing it, what's going to happen? You ain't going to never win. I think we can win this year. Yeah, we're a little up and down, but we in third place. Come on, we doing good, you know. But like you said, more offense. But what they need to do is go more on the inside when that 3-point shot ain't working, and get the fouls the old-fashioned way, the old 3-point way where you going toward the basket, they foul you, you make the shot, and then you make the foul shot.
Right.
You know, one will work. You know, you just can't rely on the 3-point all the time. And we got the talent to go all the way this year. And you know when I really think the Knicks is going to turn it on? They're in the playoffs. Because if they can stay in third place almost all through this season, how you think they're going to step it up during the playoffs? I think they can step it up like they did last year. You know, and we can beat Detroit. Let me tell you, everybody's talking about, yeah, Detroit was kicking our behind. They were doing this, they were doing that. No, but you know what, though? If you notice, when they beat us, we didn't have all our key players in there. Now,
That's
I
true.
think
And nobody wants to give us a pass
time,
on that.
every single time, we did not have our players. We beat them last year. We beat Boston last year. Okay, everybody said, Boston. What happened? The Knicks stepped up to the plate, and guess what they did? They beat them, and we didn't even have a developed team, you know, as far as our bench. Now look, and we almost went to the finals. Now look, our bench is developing, so we got better.
Right.
And I think it's going to really matter. It's going to really matter when we,
look,
just like Alvarado said.
The time is up, but look, I want to respond to what you said too. So thank you, Chet. I got you, brother.
Chet the Jet. Always remember me. I'm a big fan.
No, I got you. Yeah, your name is in there, Chet. I got you.
Harlem World. Peace.
Harlem World. Yep. Big time.
All right.
A couple of things really quickly. The only way I give him a pass with the don't need Giannis is if we win the championship. So I'm letting him live with that because he thinks we could win. So if we win, then okay, I'll let you live. The problem with taking it towards the basket, and I was hoping he would say it, is that you don't got a bunch of guys who take it to the basket. You do got guys on your bench though. Jordan Clarkson takes it to the basket. He needs to be in the rotation. So with Jordan Clarkson in the lineup, I think now you're going to get more attacking of the basket. Shamet does sometimes, but he loves the 3-ball. Let's not fool ourselves. But that's why I say you add Jordan Clarkson to the rotation. And as far as building it with your team, brother, those days are over. Larry Bird didn't have a second apron. Larry Bird could do what he had to in a day where teams like Boston, New York got all the stars. What's going on, Moses? How you feeling, family?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah, let me say this. I agree with what all the callers said, man. Your 3-point shot is not going to the basket, foul, take points off the boards. You understand?
Right.
The more they do that, if they really do that, think about this. Think about how you're gonna frustrate the other team by getting them in foul troubles. The more you do that, and secondly, sometimes they don't. I feel like they rush in the shot. They don't take their time to pass the ball, or they don't take their time to score. Sometimes it could be that. And 3, to all you guys who say the issue with Mike Brown, I'm not gonna get rid of Mike Brown right now. This is his first time, and I don't know if you recognize from the beginning, they did not want their first choice wasn't Mike Brown. Their first choice was Jason Kidd. People forget that. But
yeah, they did reach out.
Couldn't get Kidd. They didn't get Kidd because they, for whatever reason, and then they had to go with Mike Brown. I wanted to see
Right.
Mark Jackson.
Yeah, that's a
What's
whole
your
nother
thoughts on
story
that?
with Mark. He may be blacklisted a little bit from the league.
Yeah.
You know, whatever happened with the Warriors, but the Knicks did offer him an interview. So it didn't work out, but that's why I don't think Mark Jackson's bad. They also offered him a job to commentate. But go ahead.
Yeah, but if you could not get Kid here, who would you either get, Mike Brown or somebody else? Who would you get?
Well, the thing about it is you have a collaboration that they want with Leon Rose and the coach. And I think Mike Brown is the best guy to collaborate the way they want. I'm not sure if collaboration is control or collaboration is real collaboration. I think some of the other candidates wouldn't go for it, like Malone. So for what they want, I think Mike Brown is the best out there. Yeah, for what they wanted.
Yeah. Yeah. But here's another thing, man. Like again, I'm gonna keep saying this, man. If only Tibbs would have played the bench, if only Tibbs would not wear his players down, then Tibbs would have still been here. You know what I'm saying? So, but listen, I'm gonna close. I'm gonna last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna get off the phone. Like,
All right.
bro, like all they gotta do is figure out a way quickly as possible, because playoff. It looked like playoff is right around the corner. You understand? So
Right.
they need to figure things out quickly. You understand? Get guys going. You understand? You know, get guys healthy. Like, try your best to, you know, play together. You know what I'm saying? Try. I mean, listen, prepare yourself for the playoff. You know, it starts now.
Right.
If you go to the playoff, I think,
10
and then you do what you're supposed to
seconds.
do. I still think we could beat Boston. I don't know how. I haven't been watching Boston with Tatum and smack. And for the one last thing, the Cavs. I think we might beat the Cavs if we could stay lock and load. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if Mitchell's and Harden together. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, they got to stay locked in. They got to get healthy. So, and they got a new
Oh yeah,
team
Mitch
going
is
into the
out. I forgot
playoffs.
about that.
Yeah, he's been in and out the lineup. Allen was out, so they got a lot they got to work through in Cleveland. I'm not worried about none of them really, but we'll see how it pans out. Thank you, Moses. Big time salute.
Yeah.
All right, that's my man Moses. I forgot about that Mike Brown comment. I don't think the coach matters like that. Now let me reframe what I'm saying, because he says coaches don't matter. Let me explain. You don't have an example of a great coach winning a championship without a great player. There's no example. No examples. If you want to say Larry Brown and because Chauncey and those guys weren't great, okay, he's a great coach. But how many Larry Browns are out there? But you do have coaches you've never seen again win championships with star players. Like Giannis's coach. Where is he now? Uh-oh, I had to get the superstar in the building. I saw you calling up. I said, wait a minute, hold up. We got to get the superstar on the line. This brother Lopez had the call of the night last night, brother. How you feeling, man? Where are we going? I'm curious to know where you're going to take us today.
What's up, man? What's going on? I'm good. Shout out everybody. Let's see.
Let's go.
I feel like everybody coming down on Mike Brown. I kind of agree to a certain extent, but not for the reasons that I think most people are citing, right?
Okay.
We're getting on Mike Brown for what I feel that the players need to come up with, right? And that is,
good point.
You need to have that drive. You're in the NBA. You make millions of dollars. You're not rookies. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
right.
besides Diawara, you guys are not rookies. And frankly, when he comes in the game, he's engaged. He's making an effort on the defensive end. So it's not even something like you can say, okay, that comes with experience, because if it did, then you guys would be doing it.
Right.
You know, Diawara's coming in with that energy. You know, Josh used to come with that energy. He's some games here with it, some games not here with it. But my whole thing is effort comes from within. That's not from the coach, right?
Bingo.
Firing a coach is really going to come from the coach's philosophy, but the on court decisions, that's yours. You know, last night when Mikal got 16 seconds left and he throws the ball down court to Cat instead of trying to get a quality shot.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? It's like, and a lot of Mikal's passes are lazy. How many times does Josh jump in the air with nowhere to throw the ball? So he throws
Bingo.
a turnover. You know, we gotta stop. We gotta stop with these little mental errors. You know, there's gotta be no more hero ball. You know, so I think
Mm.
when it comes to with things like that, it's like, yeah, we're getting on Brown, but at the same time, his philosophies is not killing us. It's in-game decision, his
Right.
execution. You know what I'm saying? He didn't cause us to throw go 19 turnovers in LA and then double back with 20 turnovers versus the Clippers.
Right.
So
Right.
I think this is just really comes down to effort and execution. Those kind of things, we can give you the X's and O's, but you still got to go out and do it. As a coach, I can't hold your hand on the court.
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying? So I think that now when it comes to Brown, some of his philosophies that I think he needs to work on a little bit better is that with Mo getting the game, if he has a turnover or misses a couple of shots, don't yank him right away. I think he's been
Mm.
doing that a little bit more with even GTA. Like, bro, this guy's a vet. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
like, give him a little time to warm up. Sometimes when you come into the game, or depending on the
10
flow of the game,
seconds.
you're not on point all the time. So you got to get acclimated into the flow of the game because every game is not different. It's not the same, I should say. So we give him
Right.
some time. I feel like he's too quick to pull a hook. Minutes are going up. If you see Brunson and all the starters' minutes except for Mikal, of course, but everybody else's minutes are kind of going up. And we
That's
gotta
a
we
fact.
gotta make sure we're keeping them fresh for the playoffs. We can't run the chance of people burning out because Brown is we had a turnover because we're getting off to slow starts anyway.
Right.
So if Mo comes in because you've put yourself in a 10-point hole and then he has a turnover, I mean, yeah, that might lead to some baskets, but 2 points is not what's killing us. It's the other 10 points you let them go up by.
Bingo. Right. Yeah. Let him cook. You know what? Before you go, you says a lot of key things that I like. Definitely he's starting to yank these guys faster, and also he's starting to play the 12 guys or 11 guys. This guy 2 minutes. That please don't get into that because, like you said, you need to establish a rhythm. He put Kolek in the game against LA for 2 minutes in the fourth quarter where it gets real. And what did you
Yeah,
expect him to really do? He had a nice pass to Towns, but outside of that, that's not a spot you put that guy in. You feel me?
yeah.
Like,
We need to be tightening our rotation right now. We're heading to the playoffs. Everybody's saying
bingo.
Kolek. People got hyped when Kolek had 7 assists in like 7 minutes. That was garbage time. That wasn't against their A team. That wasn't even the
Right,
B team. That's
right.
the end of the
And I,
bench.
and also
So
one last question before you go too. How do you feel about Mike Brown and they're saying to get rid of him? I have a premise. I think that because you might have one great coach to win a championship without a great player. And that might have been Larry Brown with the Pistons, right?
mm,
In 2004. But you don't have uh um you don't have all right. So on the flip side would be you have great players who win championships with coaches who are not the greatest. So this big deal they're trying to make about, oh well, Mike Brown, we're not going to win if we get Giannis or whatever with the guys. What do you think about that before you go? Do you think that if we were to get like improve the roster or if we were to make a certain change, would that is Mike Brown capable enough to put it together to win?
I think if you add Giannis and you're able to keep Brunson and Cat, um, you're able to keep Diawara,
Mhm.
um,
He'll be there.
between hopefully you can keep OG out of between OG, Mikal and
No, OG's
uh,
out of there. He would be out. Sorry, he would be gone.
because
Yeah,
he makes too
sorry.
much. Yeah, okay.
That and he would be probably the
All right.
prize piece.
Listen, if we can get decent people, like I heard the idea you floated earlier, we're bringing Porterson. I like that for
Right.
toughness. We still would be able to keep Sohan. We would still be able to keep GTA. So I think we
Right.
definitely gonna have some good defense off the bench.
Bingo.
I like that idea of I'm not even gonna sit here act like I know who's coming in the draft. I'm not really into college
Me either.
like that.
Either.
I rely on other people to say, oh, this guy's the guy, and okay, he's supposed to be the guy. So if you're adding, a shooting big man, and we have to say goodbye to Mitch, I'm okay with that. But like I
Right.
said, if you have that core of Brunson, Cat, and Giannis, nah, dog. that's us in the finals. That's it.
Yeah, right. That's all I want you to say. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Lopez. Great
No
call,
problem,
man. I
man.
appreciate your
Appreciate you too,
insight,
bro.
man. Big time.
Anytime, man. All right.
All right. That's my man Lopez. Yo, that brother, he was cooking last night. He cooked today too, but he was cooking last. So that's why I say, yo, I gotta ask this brother a question to make sure I'm not going crazy. Because yeah, you don't have examples of that. Bugger, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna come right to you. Let me get my man, what's his name? My man from Brooklyn in here. I'm gonna get to you, Bugger though. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me get my man Gino. Hopefully Gino could get up here. Hopefully I can get my man Gino in here. Gino from Brooklyn. What's going on, Gino?
Yo, what's good, Karan?
I had to get Brooklyn up in here, man. What's going on, family?
There's a whole lot of things. I want to touch on the Nova Knicks we never saw.
Oh yes, let's do it.
All right. I think it didn't happen because we knew we was gonna lose Hartenstein, and we had no center. So they was forced to make that trade.
That's true.
Second of all, I want to cut this out with the Boston thing. Before Tatum got hurt, they was gonna be down 3-0 regardless. So let's get that out the way.
Baby, hold on, Gino. People are saying that's why we lost. Is people saying that in the chat? Really?
I just saw something. All right, but I just want to put that out there. All right. So y'all are gonna be cooked anyways. Now, to me, with Giannis, if we get Giannis, that brings balance to the team.
Yep.
From going to the cup, going to the rack, and drawing fouls.
Bingo.
Because right now it seems like we just a jump shooting team, but nobody don't want to go to the rack. So that to me balance out the squad. Second of all, with the offense, just be more aggressive. Score. Like if you got the opportunity to score, score. Just take it to the rack. They too unselfish. Stop passing the rock. You open, shoot. I'd rather have you shoot and miss than not take the shot and make a turnover.
Good point.
But it is what it is at the end of the day. I think they'll be fine going into the playoffs, but that's just my take on it.
I agree with you, especially this stretch of games we got. These are winnable. Like, we literally could win the next 7 games. Like, no cap. Like, seriously.
Right. And my thing with this team is that they're going to get a break before the playoffs start. And I always told you, this team is better in spurts, especially if they get a break.
Right.
So that's my thing with it. They're going to turn it up. It's just a matter how much and when. But I think they're going to turn it up in the playoffs. But in this stretch, real talk, they should go. I'm going to put out there, they should go at least 8-1.
Yeah, facts. Easy.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they went all 9. But it just
That
depends
part.
on what squad you get.
Right. That part.
It depends
That part.
on what
But listen,
they
we don't
should
want to
do.
put that pressure, so we just say 8-1 just to give wiggle room. We might get run wrong, but not the rest. Right.
Right. But let's say if they do go 9-0, it says a lot.
Bingo.
But that's my take on it, and that's about it.
I appreciate you, Gino. Big time salute.
All right, my dude.
10.
All right, 1. Big
Later.
time. All right, man. Big time salute to my man Gino from Brooklyn. Had to make sure I get Brooklyn in the building. Kings County stand up all day, every day. You feel me? Really quickly, before I get into some more calls, I gotta let you guys know about Game Night, the playoff edition. All right. It's the latest addition to the 82 night series. And you can definitely go get your pre-orders now. And You want to know something? Do y'all remember back in the days watching the playoffs, NBC, all of those moments, right? The comebacks, the shots, the rivalries, but we forget the details. That's why I created Game Night, the playoff edition. It's a postseason journal where you can track every series, write your predictions, document game experiences, and record the entire playoff run. So instead of just watching history happen, you can actually document it. If you want one, check the link in the description and on the screen. Linktree/TheObjectiveFan. You can order your copies now. It's for a limited time. It's on sale. And guess what? Free shipping. And the best part about it, the cherry on top, is it will be at your door right before the playoffs begin. All you have to do is go place your order now. And I look forward to seeing you inside of the 82 Nights Club. All right? Big time salute to everyone who got their pre-orders already. We appreciate the support. And by the way, also, continue to smash that like button, y'all. If you didn't smash it, it's very important that we get the likes up. It's a shame that we're not at over 150 likes. We're supposed to be at 200 likes. But continue to smash that like button. Is very important. I see y'all getting it in the chat. People get timed out. Listen, keep it respectful in the chat. See, on my show, I talk basketball. I don't just talk craziness, disrespect. This person's stupid. I don't need to do none of that. I don't call people out their names. I don't need to. I know too much about basketball. And I love to show people that they don't know as much about basketball as they think they know when they want to be disrespectful. That's what I do. I'm here for the smoke and fire. I got a show called Where There's Smoke, There's Fire. I got a show called The Knicks War Room. So don't ever think that Detroit, salute to Detroit, but no one's scared to talk to Detroit. I don't like how they get down. I don't like how the fans get down, bro. Like, we hadn't heard from them for a week, bro. Seriously. Then when we lose, now they want to come on. That's not, if they would have kept it real and just been in the chat, forget calling. If they would have just stayed in the chat, okay, cool. But when you're not showing up, bro, and now you want to call the show to laugh at us, that's corny. Because a lot of people from New York don't want to even have y'all on the show, in the chat. I'm not going to do that. I feel like I want to talk to everybody. But, keep it fair, y'all. Keep it fair. Let me get my man Bugger from Westchester County in the building, man. Hopefully he can answer.
Yeah.
How's it going, family? Is it Bugger or is it Big? Because I got it saved as Bugger. I want to make sure I'm getting it right.
Bugger.
Got you. All right. See, I got it right. Big time salute. Westchester County in the building, man. Where we going, family?
Indeed. All right. So want to touch on a couple things, right? First off, the whole Giannis. If we was to get Giannis, we are gutting the complete team. I don't think people really understand that. Like, you're not just going to get Giannis for a Mitch and a Bridges. No, you got to get rid of OG. You're going to have to get rid of Mitch. You're going to have to get rid of Deuce. Picks. You're gutting the team for Giannis, and you're going to be left with scraps. And you probably going to have to get rid of Cat just to make the salaries match. You feel me? So even if you was to do that, we're not in a competitive state. Didn't we learn 10, 15 years ago when we did the same thing when we got Carmelo? And we thought we could match him up with Stat and do all of these things, and it just don't work. Second, right? Fire the coach. Look, man, we 60-plus games in. He has an identity. He has a game plan, right? It's the players that's got to execute. What we seen last night in Utah, it was a disgrace as a Knicks fan to watch. I stayed up late. I'm watching the game, and I'm seeing them play no defense. That's not the coach. It's the players. I'm seeing turnovers left and right. It's not the coach. That's the players. I'm seeing wide open shots being missed. That's not the coach. That's the players.
Right.
As Knicks fans, we got to start holding the players accountable. Plain and simple. And the last thing I'm going to leave with, what KRS once say, The bridge is over. The bridge is over. Get Bridges up out of here, man. Get him out of here. I'm tired of seeing him on the court. I'm tired of seeing his broken jump shot. I'm tired of him half-assing on defense. It's over. Get him out of here. Hey, you be easy. Salute. One.
Big time. Westchester County. Salute. I agree with the last 2 points from the caller. I mean, well, I want Giannis, so yeah, okay, he would have to go. I'm trying to I can't defend Bridges, bro. Like, I can't defend the shoot. I could take another angle. We're gonna see if I could do that later. But the shooting is bad, bro. Like, come on, dog. Like, the shooting is bad. Like, I'm talking about the man missed 3 wide open shots. Wide open, bro. But really quickly, because when we talk about the Giannis trade, man, y'all know. You know what? Let me do this. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just make this quick adjustment. When we talk about the Giannis trade, y'all know that is like my
10 seconds.
My. I'm not triggered. I don't want to say I'm triggered. I'm gonna say I just dropped that just so y'all could see the screen a little bit more. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna say I'm triggered. I'm gonna say I just, I think that we should trade for Giannis. But the brother says something about gutting the team. And this is for my people who think that we have to gut the team. I just want to show you something. If we trade Towns, OG, Mikal Bridges, who else he said? Towns, OG, Mitch, he said. We can't trade Mitch, but let's just add him for fun. Mitch and Bridges. I think we just go with those. I think those are the players he said for Giannis. Right? We gotta give up our whole team. Do y'all see this right here? Y'all don't? I'm gonna make sure y'all see it. Do you see this? Do y'all see that? Let me scroll up. Do you see the trade fails? Do you see why the trade fails? Because there's too much damn money. There's no way you could legally do this. You could not trade Towns, OG, Bridges, Mitch for Giannis. That's not how the trade is going to work. Let me show you how the trade would work. Okay? So I'm going to go back to the Knicks. Towns will not be in the deal. All right? And Mitchell Robinson won't be in the deal because he's in free agency. Now, this is how the deal will look with picks. Okay? You add the picks. You add the Washington. You add the 2023. What is it? Is it there? I don't think this is it. Oh, okay. You add that, right? And you do swaps. All right? Swap. Deal done. You got 4 picks. Do y'all see this? 4 picks. OG, Mikal, Giannis. The trade is successful. That's what the trade is going to look like. It's not going to be all. You can't do it. You can't. The money is different. Those guys in Melo's days made $5, $6, $7 million a year. It was easy to do the deal then. You had no ape in politics. Another thing too, Melo is not on Giannis's level. I'm sorry. Big time salute to, first of all, BK all day. Salute to my man Carmelo Anthony. I love Carmelo Anthony. One of my favorite Knicks all time. Top 5 favorite Knicks all time. I love him. He is not Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was never MVP. He was never Finals MVP. He never dropped 50 in the final. And this is not about what he didn't do. I'm just trying to show you the levels and the magnitude of a player that you're going to get in Giannis Antetokounmpo. 7 straight All-NBA first teams. Defensive Player of the Year. If I get Giannis for this pack, hell, look, you want to, all right. Oh, that's not enough, objective fan. Okay, cool. Let's go back. Let's add Deuce McBride to the mother. Let me not curse. Let me not swear. Okay, let me add Deuce. Now the trade fails. Now I could easily go to Milwaukee and add one of these little dudes from Milwaukee. Let's add Gary Harris. Let's add Gary, even though I don't think he's on the team no more, but let's just add Gary Harris to the deal. Bam, and the trade should go back to working. Okay, boom. So I give up Deuce McBride too. Screw it. Why not? What the hell? What the hell? They don't want more. They go to what? All right, I give them Miles McBride too. This is how the package is going to look. Now on the flip side, you're going to have oh, nope. I'm wrong. Take Gary Harris out. That's not the deal. I forgot. Hold on. It would be the brother. The brother. Giannis's brother. That's how we get the deal done, all right? So you got to add the brother, and where's the other brother? Could we add him too? Add him up in there, right? Bam, get the other brother up in there, and then add Gary Harris just to make the money work. You feel me? Or maybe you take Taurean Prince. All right? Bam. Deal done. See that? This is how the deal's going to work because OG Anunoby makes $39 million. What this doesn't show you is that he has a trade kicker that's at 15%, so his salary will boost up to $45 million. So you wouldn't even have to add Deuce. And then what you really could do, if you really want to get funky with it, you could also try to work it to get this brother Bobby Portis as well. Bam. All right. Add Bobby Portis to the deal. All right. And we would have to add more salary. Let me see. Well, no, we wouldn't have to add more salary because, like I said, OG has a kicker. That automatically bumps up the salary. So this is what you may get. You could, if you could finagle your way to get Portis, Giannis, give up the 4 picks, Deuce McBride, Bridges, OG. That's it. Now look at your team. Is your team gutted? Is your team depleted? No. Stop saying that. There is no such thing as fair in the trade. If you want fair, you go to the carnival. There's no such thing as fairness in the NBA. Luka for AD was not a fair trade. Trae Young for Corey Kispert and CJ McCollum was not a fair trade. You don't see fair trades in the NBA. When's the last time you seen a star for a star in the NBA? It doesn't happen. That's not how the league works. It's always a star for a bunch of other guys who are not even on their level. So we got to stop shooting ourselves in the foot. And to the person earlier who said, oh, yeah, we keep changing the team. You got to build the team. Well, blame Leon Rose for doing that. He does it every year. Why stop now when I have the opportunity to get Giannis? Now, I'm with you. If we win the championship, no Giannis. Okay, cool. I still want him. That's me. But for you, you won the championship. Y'all were right. We didn't need Giannis. I eat the crow. Listen, I won the championship. And y'all can't convince me right now that we have a better chance without Giannis to win the championship than with Giannis to win the championship. I am not convinced of that. That's why the Giannis trade always gets brought up. Notice, I had no Giannis topic. Only reason why I mentioned Giannis is because he impacts Mitchell Robinson's contract. That's why. It's clear. If you can't see it, I don't know what to tell you. And the Knicks are doing, and salute to the channel members once again, because y'all seen it. The Knicks are doing whatever they could to try to secure Mitchell Robinson. I'm going to say it like that, to secure Mitchell Robinson's services for the low. But listen, y'all, I'm going to be back tonight with another show. Big time salute to you guys. As always, until next time, go. Yeah.